Yep.
Okay. If you want to go ahead and give yourselves a short introduction, go down the list. Zero, you want to go first?
Oh, start with me? Oh, crap.
Oh, you mean
I am playing Scott Taylor. He is a private investigator from Phoenix. Currently stationed, he moved to the East Coast after he was in World War One. But let's see, how did you make him look? Middle-aged guy, kind of older, long brown hair. He looks like he might have actually, I don't know where I'm going with this. Pass.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good, Sarah.
You're absolutely good, my dude.
It's good.
Call Cthulhu is one of them scarier ones because it's a lot of character building. Speaking of which, that means I'm next. Hello, it's your boy. I am playing Elias Barr, an occultist from Auburn, Michigan. And that's about as much as I know. I'm shrouded in mystery and history, and I'm quite curious to see where all of these events go.
They're all playing pre-gens, but
Mm-hmm.
some of these fuckers already got attached. So, going down the list.
They die, they die.
Yeah. I'm Addison Bates. Older, but redhead. God damn it. No, does not look quite as old as she is, because this is the 20s. 55 is kind of old for the time. She's has an inexplicably unnerving feel about her that nobody can quite place. I got sorry. I panicked. I'm a private investigator.
It's good.
I panicked.
There's another private investigator?
You're an investigative journalist.
Investigative journalist. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Panicked.
It's fine.
Raven.
Oh,
David, your turn.
so my rando character is called Lyric Gibson. She is a gray. What does 90 in size equate to height-wise?
Fucking big.
You are big in all ways that matter. You are jacked and huge.
She is jacked and huge, just muscle-bound and massive. She's at least probably 8.5 feet tall, if not taller. I don't know how
Okay, hold on.
Cthulhu equates to shit.
Probably like 6'7", I would go, because this is the realm of normal human beings.
Alright. I don't know if Bruto was like 6.5 or 7.5 and he was 70. I don't know what 90s. Anyways. But yeah, she's strong. She was born to a pair of southern hippies way out in the middle of Texas, and then moved to the coast because she wanted to get into those city living, and she got raised on all those lovely detective stories. So she wanted to become a PI, and she's really fucking tall and jacked, and nobody told her no. She has no idea what she's doing, but she can punch things until she understands what's going on, or someone tells her if they're still conscious.
This fucking lady could throw a cow.
She actually has just moderately low strength at only 45.
Yeah, but your brawl is fucking ridiculous.
I think it's going off her size, which I think does feed into brawl. Anyways, so that's Lyric.
And I just want you to know that the internet gave me these stats, so I don't even know if these are correct. I just rolled random fucking characters, so if they're fucked up, too bad. Okay, so the beginning of this scenario, one of you has a friend called, let's see here, a Mr. Knott. He's sort of like a landlord, property owner sort, and he buys up empty buildings and rents them out for, for fairly cheap. But the houses are also fairly cheap. But he's asked one of you to examine an old house that he just came into, known as the Corbett House. The former tenants, the Macario family, were involved in a tragedy, and the owner wishes to understand the mysterious happenings at the house and set matters straight. Mr. Knott, your friend, I'm just going to go ahead and say that he's the friend of one of the private investigators, or both of them.
They're partners, I believe.
Mm-hmm. We decided beforehand that me and Sarah are partners because one of us is good at the actual detective work and the other one's good at breaking houses.
That is fair. So, he's been unable to rent the house after the tragedy because, bad press and everything, and is hoping that you can figure out exactly what bad press he has to combat and see if he can restore the good name of the house. He's offered you reimbursement for your time and trouble and gives you keys, the address, and $25 cash in advance.
Oh.
That's a lot of fucking money.
He's also offered you payment, by the day. He was going to offer you $10 a day, but you've gone ahead and buttered him up, and he's offering you $20 a day. So I'm going to go ahead and give you this first handout.
Oh.
And now, oh.
That gives you basically what I just told you, and it tells you what your options are. You could charge directly.
Sorry.
You could charge directly into the house, or you could go and see exactly what's going on with the house in its history by going to any one of those three locations. So,
Gotta say, I want you to know this is Don Knotts in my head.
Mr. Knott, yeah. You can
Which
go
makes it
ahead
funnier.
you can go ahead and say that. I cannot
Kids, if you don't know who Don... Sorry.
I can't do a Don Knott voice, so too bad. If you ever have to talk to him.
That's fine. It's really hard to do that voice. Kids, if you don't know who he is, look him up. He's hilarious.
Did you really just say kids, our audience?
Yes.
Did you just hate kids me?
Yes.
Also,
Yeah.
yes.
Fuck, you're right, okay.
It was
Yeah,
a
that's
troll
right.
hate
Come on.
kids. Anyways,
So,
so...
Mr. Corbett has only offered this job to two of you, as it stands right now. How would the other two of you have wheedled your way into this?
So, there's some kind of sordid history at this place, right?
Yes.
Something weird happened that's kind of on the down low.
There has been weird happenings for a while in this house, and now the last two owners, they've experienced some sort of tragedy. So now there's more history.
I am investigating it because I want to write a piece on it, or at least I'm investigating it to give my details to an actual writer so they can write something in the paper.
Okay.
How good am I at writing? Is that a stat?
It's not in just the quick start rules.
Okay.
This is like a lower. This is just a starter scenario. It's giving you the quick start rules. It doesn't have the full rule set of Call of Cthulhu in it yet.
Because you have to purchase it for the moonies.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Elias Barr has both interacted in the past with one of the investigative duos. In particular, I feel like Scott Taylor would be one that would have potentially have grabbed him. Potentially an old war buddy, maybe, or potentially just someone he met on an investigative course. And I do have a particular expertise in not only just the occult, but anthropology and a few other interesting skills that would be useful in investigating a history of a sordid house.
Okay.
But that's up to them, I suppose.
Right then. So Mr. Corbett has handed the keys over to probably to Scott, because as big as Lyric is, she might lose the damn key somewhere on her person.
She's also
Nope.
scary, but also hot.
I mean,
So you can see his
she has-
dilemma.
She has like a 12 intimidation, so no, she's not intimidating somehow.
What is your appearance?
Lyric's appearance?
Yeah.
Tall, wearing a very heavy
No,
jacket.
Your
Oh.
appearance stat.
60, she's above average.
Okay. So we are the same appearance, apparently.
Weirdly hot and huge.
Yeah, the both of us.
So
We're both weirdly hot and huge. I'm shorter than you are, but
I mean, it's not hard with fucking 90.
it's not hard when you're fucking like 6'9".
You are the Andre the Giant build.
Yeah.
And then there's me, which I am, to most normal people, a fairly large man, but next to you two, whew,
you guys are fucking
You are
huge.
small.
It's ridiculous. And then there's poor Scott over there, who I think is a size 50, the only normal person.
how are
There's
you
one of
doing,
the
Scott?
guys who is a 45.
Hello. Okay, so apparently I've been muted for like the last. I've been trying to talk for a bit, but apparently I was muted and I
Sorry,
didn't
Zero.
realize.
We didn't even notice. You weren't muted on.
Yeah, no.
Quiet.
Sorry.
There's like the mute on Discord, but then there's a button to push on the headset to mute, and I pushed that, forgetting to unpush it.
Shit.
Yeah,
But-
I've done that.
Scott's at size 60. His appearance is 65.
Okay.
Okay, so you're all fairly huge. What the
He's above average, so he's like a 5'5" to 6.
So let me pull it out because I had to go grab my big rule book just so I could talk about it. Where did the page go?
Yeah, he's going
Skills.
to sort of help me with some of it if I'm, because I'm not
I
quite
am
sure.
a slut. I am a slut for this system, and will do it in a heartbeat. So 60 is about your average human size, moderate height and weight, around 170 pounds, 75 kilograms. 80 is about your very tall, strongly built, or obese. 99 is oversized, and the heaviest human ever recorded would be a size 180 of the system.
Okay.
Okay.
That doesn't explain much.
It gives specific weight/build categories. So between 240 to 330 pounds is anyone between 80 to 99. 170
Okay, so
to
yeah.
240.
She's a very tall linebacker, apparently.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Yes.
built like a brick shithouse.
Built like a brick shit house. See, we call them porta-johns.
It's a Porta
They
James.
make them big in Texas.
What?
They make them big in Texas.
This is true. I have never
It's
seen,
true.
in all of my years investigating, I have never seen anybody this big come from my small town of Auburn. It's why I'm friends with them.
Scott has the key, eh?
Scott does have the key.
Oh, yes.
You could go directly into
Well,
the house, or you could go in to those other 3 locations and see what you can find out.
One of the things I tried to say when I was apparently muted is I do have one of my higher scores is library use. One of the places is Central Library.
Yeah, I have
Yes.
library use as well. It's just
Oh my god.
It's like library use is one of the best skills in the game.
You are investigators.
So
Yeah.
But none of her other investigating-based skills are high.
She knows how to find a book.
Now, and I'm going to mess up these character names.
Addison.
Addison, you are a reporter, yes?
I'm an investigative journalist. So yes.
Close enough. Perhaps would you like to take one of us with you to the Boston Globe? See if we can dig up some old newspapers over there?
I suppose it can't hurt.
Especially with the recent going-ons, the nasty ne'er-do-wells, there probably exists more history there in a more recent aspect.
Might have picked up on some of the seedier things and been denied publication.
Exactly. The Central Library or the Hall of Records would also potentially have some really good information, depending on like how long the house has been built there, or if you're looking more for who currently owns, you could go check the Central Library. Hall of Records is probably
Might have some older records.
exactly. Now, who wants to go where?
I am very good at looking at a library. But also so are like 2 other people. So
Yep, it's up to you. Do you want to split up? It would make it faster.
yeah. Let's go to the Globe.
Fantastic. Are you going to be all right, Leader?
Are we like all 4 of us working together, or are we like 2 parties right now?
We were brought together under the employee. Not hired us all, remember?
No, but I mean, like, are we all doing this together right now?
Yes,
or
you
like,
are.
did you 2 get Gray's help, but then Gray got my help?
That's
Yeah,
what
let's
I'm
say
asking.
we all met up and we're
Okay.
Some
Yeah.
crappy diner somewhere talking it out.
for convenience. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So this is probably in one of those like very first White Castles.
Oh my god.
Because
God.
those are established right about this time.
Oh, I can just imagine how that tasted. Oh.
Oh no!
Well,
Hey,
probably
it might have
actually
been
not
better
bad.
back then.
Yes, it would have. Usually, the earlier the
longer-
restaurant, the better it was.
No,
Yeah.
believe me, my grandmother grew up when they were starting fast food, and she said all of it tasted like shit.
Oh, no change then.
We're in a greasy spoon of some sort then. Perhaps not an actual White Castle, because White Castle is not sponsoring us.
This isn't related to anything that's currently going on, but I just love that there's a credit rating ability.
Oh, yes. Your credit rating is both your financial aspects and your reputation. So the higher your credit rating, the higher amount of funds and the higher amount of money you have. It acts as a good social in-between if you need to check things, or, hey, I need to make a purchase.
Or if you're
Right.
really
But-
ugly and you're trying to persuade somebody to do something.
Oh yeah, bribe.
Bribery, purchasing, and social influence. Credit rating has some surprising uses.
For PIs, we don't really have much of a credit rating.
Yes. Your usual form of employment helps influence that.
My charm is pretty good. It's one above average at 51.
Nice.
I'm just.
All right, I didn't
that's
mean to
really-
distract.
No,
Sorry.
you're,
No, you're
you're
good.
perfectly fine.
You're
I'm
much more
realizing-
charming than I am.
I am starting to realize that while I've been playing this character charismatically, he has no charisma skills.
Still be a good talker and not be, traditionally charismatic.
You're just trying.
Yeah,
I'm just trying.
you're trying. It's fine.
So, who is
But
going
yes.
where? I know that Addison and Elias are going to either the Boston Globe or the Hall of Records. Are the other two of you going to the library? Or are you going to go all together to the same places?
Go to the library.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they're splitting up, we may as well tackle a location too.
All right, then let me roll a
And the
thing.
journalist will probably have better luck at the globe than we would.
You say that.
So,
One of us has no idea what we're doing.
two groups.
Yeah.
Somebody, one of the two of you, tell me a number between 1 and 4.
2.
2. Damn.
2. Say it first.
9.
4. 1 and 4. Raven.
Hey, so there's 3 other numbers.
2 other numbers. There's 1 and 4. Raven, pick it.
Okay, 4.
Okay, then it's going to be you and Scott first. So,
Alright.
you and Scott have gone to the Central Library. Okay, so you make it to the library, and of course, there's a lovely librarian at the desk. You can ask her for your help, or you can just go and see if you can find whatever you're looking for in the library yourself.
So I think asking her is a smart idea.
Yeah, I'll start by going up and asking her if she could direct us to, I guess, local records that they would have, or any historical stuff about, local history, I guess.
Okay. Well, she's an older lady. She's got those glasses that just kind of perch on her nose, and you're never sure how the hell they just sit there. She's got a lovely, warm-looking cardigan on. And she gets up and goes, "Oh, right over here, dearie. Let me just get in, look into the cards." And she goes really slowly over to the card catalog and digs through for 5 minutes or so. And she goes, "Oh, yes, right here in this section. Right down over here." And then she starts shuffling towards the section. She's going very slow, but she is showing you where to go.
I guess politely follow. Shrug at lyric.
You are stuck
Yeah.
in social...
Oh no, it's an escort
Social
mission.
interaction.
social interaction with a lovely old lady.
Lyric
Eventually-
is hanging back a little bit.
Eventually, she does bring you to the history section of the historical records section. It's kind of like in a dusty area of the library, kind of really in the back corner, and she just kind of gestures to all the shelves and goes, "Whatever you're looking for has to be in here. This is the only section we have. Do you need any help, or would you like to look on your own? I mean, I'm not sure exactly what you're looking for, but I could try."
I think I've got it, thank you.
"Okay, dearies."
Thank you very much, ma'am.
"Oh, you're welcome. Aren't you just the sweetest?" She pats your arm and walks away. Okay. So go ahead.
I just realized that because Scott is 48 and he was born in Phoenix, Arizona, that means he was born there before it was technically part of the country.
Oh, wow.
It was only a country in 1912.
Interesting.
You were born out in the wilds, like a cowboy.
Yep, there you go. Use a cowboy, baby.
Okay,
So,
so
library use roll?
yep, go ahead and roll a library use, and we'll see what you guys get.
Oh no, that is a real bad failure.
Oh my god.
That's a good one.
Don't know why she has 51 in library use. Maybe she was an avid reader as a child.
Oh man, I was I should have gone to the library.
It could be easily explained as you're a private investigator, and somebody usually gets the short straw and has to go look up stuff. And unfortunately, that's you most of the time.
I have a 71 in this.
She can read the tall shelves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Lyric is going to get 2 things. If you want to go ahead and keep looking, you can go ahead and roll again. You have it's going to take you another half a day. You don't have to push the roll or anything, but you can just roll it again, but it'll take another half a day to find anything.
Should we go ahead and check again, or is this good?
Scott can go ahead and check again and see what he gets. You're going to get 2 things because you got a hard success.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if Scott would be patient enough. Yeah, why not?
Nice.
And a success. Very nice. Okay.
There
So
you go.
the first thing that you find, Lyric, is this.
Oh. In 1835, a prosperous merchant builds the house, but immediately falls ill and sells it to a Mr. Walter Corbett, Esquire.
And then the next thing you find is this one.
And out forward. In 1852, Walter Corbett is sued by neighbors who petition to force him to leave the area in consequence of his serious habits and unauspicious demeanor. Alright.
Basically, that sick probably means that he had some weird shit that he did, and they didn't like it. Is what you're getting from that.
Gotcha. Neighborhood watch got on his case.
And Scott, you finally dig up this.
Evidently, Corbett wins the lawsuit. His obituary in 1866 states that he lived in the same place. It also states that a second lawsuit was being waged to prevent Corbett from being buried in his basement, as provided by his will.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's really weird.
Very happy you won that, because that is neat to know information, certainly.
Yeah.
And if you want to make another roll, you can go ahead. But again, it has been another half a day digging through all this library. So if you want to leave it there, you
I think
can.
that's a good. Yeah, we should regroup with the others, see what they dug up.
Mm-hmm.
So, armed with that knowledge, you begin to go back to the house. I think you've agreed to either gather there or in another location once you're all done.
Probably at that diner.
Probably at the diner once you're done. Okay, so you go back to the diner. And
Yeah, since I'm the one with the key. Don't want them to just be sitting outside on the stoop.
so you
What took you so long?
you go ahead and go back to the diner and wait for your friends who are at the Boston Globe. And we're going to cut to you. And we're going to go ahead and walk into the Boston Globe, where it is noisy as hell and it smells, you know, that weird smell that you get when have you ever smelled a newspaper? Actually, that's kind of a question I actually have to ask.
Yes.
Yeah.
As somebody who did volunteer time multiple times at their local newspaper, I am well acquainted with what that means.
So it smells like hot ink and hot paper. So it's kind of a strange smell. But it's noisy, there's paper flying everywhere, interns running around. So
So
I
I will trust your go at this, Miss Addison. This is more your territory than mine, but I do have a keen eye for things. So just, if I wander off, don't be too alarmed.
just keep an eye out for things and don't get too lost, if you get what I'm saying.
I make no promises. And on that note, good old Elias, with no social skills, wanders off into the newspaper.
This.
No, entirely. I'm not saying Elias. Elias is a smart man, but he's not a smart man.
I want to go to like the main editor, or editor in chief. No, is that what they're called?
One of the
Like the
editors?
top dogs.
One of the
What?
top editors? Okay.
Yeah. I want to go find one of them because I'm sure I've worked for these people before.
Yeah. Do you ask if he's in his office, and somebody, one of the harried interns points to his office. He's like, "Yeah, he's in there," and scurries off.
She winks at the poor person's like, "I'll give him hell for you."
Good. Tell him his coffee's coming. I dropped it.
Will do. She just goes up, knocks on the door. No.
Okay. So you hear a really gruff, "Come in! What do you want?" And you open the door.
Who are you talking to like that now?
And the editor is kind of like, just basically comic book editor. He looks like J. Jonah Jameson if he put on a few pounds and had, a big cigar. He's like, it's you. What do you need?
Do I have a name for this guy?
There's no real name, so you can let's just call him Jameson.
Jameson, I work in a case, and I was hoping you might have some useful information for me.
Information? What kind of information do you need?
And she closes the door, I'm looking for some information on the Corbett house that might not be in the know, if you get what I'm saying.
He just kind of like chews on his cigar, and it's like he's chewing so hard that it looks like in danger of being snapped in half.
May I roll persuade?
You can roll persuade. Yeah, roll persuade.
Okay. Oh, that's a hard success.
It's a hard success. So he's gonna think about it for a second, and he goes,
Come on, Jameson, I've done a lot of good work for you.
You have, but this is one of them things, it's down in the morgue, that place where we have the clippings where we can't actually, print them, or somebody's gonna shoot me in the head. So, one of them things.
I see, that's...
So you ain't gotta persuade me to go look at it, you gotta go persuade old Artie. And he says Artie in a voice where, you can try to recall if you know who Artie Wilmot is.
Is that history? What stat would that be?
Let me check your sheet and see what kind of roll I'm gonna make you do.
Okay.
Yeah, roll a history. Let's see if you can recall ever talking. Okay, so because you know who old Artie is, don't you?
Don't think you've sent me to old Artie before.
Well, you're gonna thank me for never doing it before. So he's another editor, you see, and he's in charge of the morgue. He's been given complete charge of the morgue, and he's real fucking bitchy about it.
I see.
You can try to charm him or shake the little weasel down. You just give it your best shot. But he's the one in charge, and he's got the keys, so if you want to get down there and look at that shit, you're going to have to persuade him.
So you won't mind if I scare the guy a little,
Oh,
do ya?
Hell no, that'd make my damn day.
That she grins at him. You have found the right woman for the job.
No shit.
She, slams her hand on the table. Well, Jameson, thank you very much.
Go out there and find me a story that I can actually print, and then that'll be a thank you.
Hey, as this is over, you might have a hell of a story.
Again, the that I can actually print.
We'll see.
He waves you off, puts another fucking cigarette in his mouth, or cigar in his mouth because he chewed the other one apart. He ate his lit cigar.
Do I see you, Elias, when I go out, or are you?
Oh no!
Somewhere?
You see, I was gonna suggest that Elias is an occultist, so he tries to find out good information about weird shit all the time. So could Elias know Artie?
Elias could know Artie if you want to roll history and see.
I would love to roll a history and see. Let me be this.
You know
Let me
Artie.
be
Wow.
You know Artie.
So when I split off from our wonderful reporter friend Addison, I'm totally not keeping the names pulled up. What are you talking about? Elias goes downstairs to an office that he's been to many a time before and knocks 4 times in rapid succession and goes, Artie, old sport, I hope you're not too busy this afternoon.
There's a pause, and then you hear a sigh. Come in, Elias. What do you want this time?
And Elias will stroll and be like, Artie, old friend, wonderful compatriot of mine, I need some help. I need information.
Do you now? What do you want me to do about it?
I've actually been hired by those private investigators I told you about last time. Again, somehow. I didn't scare them away. That's the impressive part.
It sure is.
And they were in particular asking me about a particular house with a bit of notoriety in its past. And apparently fairly recently as well. What do you know of the Corbett house?
He, steeples his hands together and stares at you over them and goes, why the hell should I tell you or let you look? You're gonna have to give me some sort of reason. Nope.
But, I was gonna be like, so Elias will reach into his wallet to grab his wallet and then realize his wallet's not in his pocket and go, well, shit.
You have been trying to be friendly with him, so if you want to try a charm skill, you can push that roll.
Would you let me try a charm skill?
Mm-hmm.
It's not much better.
Yeah, but make sure this is a pushed roll, so if you fail, this is going to have some consequence.
That's fair, because, well, he doesn't know that. Elias doesn't know. I know big and scary's coming, so it's fine if I push this roll. Ooh! No! Because I don't have anything in talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, for old time's sake, Artie, please.
No. I would like you to leave my office now and not come back, or I'll have the lovely maintenance crew come and throw you outside. Onto the carpet, onto the concrete, and I will come up and watch and have my day made.
Have I really made you that mad at me, old friend? I guess I must record. Oh well. It was worth a shot. I'm going there either way. See you next time, I suppose, Artie. And then he just kind of opens the door and shuts it. And walks down the hallway.
Does he open the door to me?
You could be coming down the hall and he could spot you.
Okay.
and still probably within earshot. There was like, Addison, what are you doing down here?
Hey, Elias, I have a lead down here. Someone named Artie should have some information that is less than ideal for the public.
Oh, that's brilliant. He's in
Come
a
here.
bit of a curse. Oh, I'm very well friend. Artie's an old friend of mine. He's in a bit of a crass mood. He's 3 doors down to the left. Tear a new one into him for me, and he's just gonna. Is there like a bench nearby?
Oh yeah, you can find a chair and pull
I
it up.
immediately just plop my butt in the chair, and it's just like, have fun.
Okay, Addison,
I'll handle this.
do you knock on the door?
Yeah.
Elias, if that's you again, I'm going to call the maintenance people. And I will
I'm
laugh.
afraid I do not know who Elias is.
Oh? And who is this behind my door now? Come in so I can talk to you face to face.
She enters. Why,
Yeah.
hello there. Artie, I believe.
Yes, that is my name. Who
Well,
might you be?
delightful. I hear you have some information I might need.
What kind of information is this?
Well, she comes over and, looms over him a little bit. Not quite going for the full intimidation yet, but, being large.
You're looming. You're looming.
Yeah, I'm looming.
Now I want to paint a
well.
picture of this guy. He's got he looks like Clark Kent if Clark Kent was 5'4" and weighed 90 pounds on a good day and had the
God.
biggest Coke bottle glasses you have ever seen, and his hair is completely
Oh, no.
slicked back.
Oh, God.
This is
You
the
started with Clark Kent, I was like,
nerdiest
oh.
man. This is the nerdiest man
with-
you have ever seen.
See, you started with Clark Kent. I was like, oh, okay, I don't know if I can hate this guy, but then you kept going. Well, hello there, Artie. So I talked to Jameson up top. I'm sure he gives you some trouble sometimes. I'm sure.
I'm sure, yes.
I work in a case, and he directed me towards you.
And for what? What can I help you with exactly? And
Okay.
why should I?
I'm looking up the Corbett house. Why should you? We'll get to that. I'm looking up the Corbett house. Don't suppose you have any of those less than savory details that can't be printed?
You are the second person who's asked me about that house, and if we have anything that couldn't be printed. And again, why exactly should I let you look at these records?
You should let me look at those records or I'll break those glasses and shove them down your throat.
Okay, intimidate. I know you're not gonna fail it, but yep, okay.
Success.
And again, you are not exactly the most physically imposing person, but
He has a vibe.
there's a vibe where he's like, yeah, she might actually do that, It's like,
This woman looks like she might actually shove my glasses down my throat.
and he just kind of stands up, does not say anything, walks to the door and gestures. He's like, follow me then, come on.
But thank you very much for understanding, Artie.
The sooner I don't have to look at you ever again, the sooner I will like it.
Oh, Artie. I think this is the start of a beautiful friendship.
I'm sure. Ruth dear, could you please take this person down to the records? And you see a perhaps 55-year-old, 56, you're about your age,
Okay.
smaller lady comes around the corner and goes, "Oh, hello. What can I help you with?
Hello, dear.
You're looking to go down into the records?
Indeed, I am.
You looking for anything in specific down there? It's a mess."
looking for things on the Corbett house, my dear.
Okay, well, that should have something down there, I'm pretty sure. Is that all you need, Artie? He said, yes, please, just get her out of here. I would like her to just find what she's looking for and then never look at me again. And he goes back into his office. He goes,
Why, he's a wormy little fellow, isn't he?
oh, he's a little shit bitch is what he is.
Oh, I can't wait to see him again.
And she leans and looks down the hallway and goes, oh, hello, is that you, Elias? Is he giving you shit again?
Oh, he was giving me shit again. It's so good to see you, Ruthie.
Aren't you just... What? Couldn't fast talk your way down here? Again?
No, it seems I'm a little bit off my luck. And I don't have fast talk.
I know you.
It's
lucked.
It's quite all right.
I also have apparently
Not
forgot my
Nice.
wallet, so... And at this point, Elias kind of gets up and just kind of comes over.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that's how I usually get him to let me in places. It's fine. I put it in my wrong coat pocket.
Yeah, well, you couldn't grease the wheel, so it squeaked at you. So that's all right. Let's go down into the records and see if you can find what you need.
Elias, sometimes you need to move those wheels manually, if you understand what I'm saying.
I'm trying to be friends with Artie, not scare the living bejesus out of him.
Well, you asked the wrong woman for help.
No, I didn't. You got it done.
By scaring the ever-living shit out of him.
So you
Yes, and I don't need to be scary when you could scare a fucking tiger. It's fine.
You know. I respect that. I respect that, Elias.
So Ruth takes you down into a basement. It is filled with dust. Like newspaper dust is terrible if you've ever actually been in a place with old newspapers. It smells musty, and the boiler is right in the corner of this room, and it is hot as shit. And
Just like comb.
she points out the relevant section. It goes, anything, it's all like listed by address over there, I think. So you probably just got to flip to the address if you know it, and there, if we got any stories on it, it should be in there.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Really do appreciate the help, Ruthie.
You are an absolute doll, Ruthie.
Oh, and just so you know, if you're looking for like records for that house, that Corbett house down there, nothing is gonna go back further than 1875, because that's when that's as far as the Globe files down here go. So you need anything beyond that, you might, it's not gonna be here.
Well,
We have some friends
appreciate
checking.
that.
We have some friends checking the library for more older articles.
I
Yep.
assume that the library would have some things that we wouldn't, and vice versa.
They should have something there, honey, yep.
Well, thank you very much, Ruthie. You've been a doll.
Anybody that scares the shit out of old Artie is a friend of mine, so...
Well, if he ever gives you any trouble, what you just asked for, old Addison.
I will. And she goes back upstairs.
I made a friend.
Still kind
And
of
an enemy.
still kind of chuckling like, fuck you, Artie.
I made a friend, and technically another friend, but he's not. That is unconsensual.
This is not a consensual friend.
No.
Okay.
Artie's usually a better guy than that. I guess we've just caught him on a bad day. Into the records we go! Woo!
Let's
Yes!
go. Okay.
All right.
Are rolling library use?
You can roll library use, because she did kind of
Okay.
just point it out for you, so... Oh, jeez.
Oh wow!
You suck.
Wow!
How the fuck?
Yeah!
Wow! I am really good at that, and wow!
It's like,
Holy shit!
you're going off the public library's Dewey Decimal System. They keep everything sorted here by address. It's fine. It took me ages to figure it out the first time I broke into here.
Of course, you broke in here.
Yes,
So,
don't worry about it. It's all water under the bridge.
Oh, I am Fascinating.
This is all you dig up on that Corbett house out there.
Okay. And they said that it only goes to 1875?
Yep. And yeah, this
1918.
is what Elias
1918.
found. So
Okay.
Elias is going to read this.
Less.
All right, I think I found something here. It's an unpublished story. It's a 1918. Oh, this should have been a feature. In 1880, a family of French immigrants moved into the house, but fled after a series of violent accidents left the parents dead and 3 children crippled. The
Damn.
house stood long vacant, which is probably where our landlord, Mr. Knott, purchased it. And then in 1909, another family moved in and immediately fell prey to illness. And then in
Or not.
1940, and at this point, Elias has a notepad out and he's writing these down with a pencil.
That's why.
In 1914, the oldest brother went mad and killed himself with a kitchen knife, and the heartbroken
God.
family moved out. And then when this was supposed to be published in 1918, a third family, the Marcarios, rented the house, but they left almost immediately after they all became ill at the same time.
Sounds like a bad house. That is an
Uh,
awfully large number of families to come in and out in such a short amount of time.
Not particularly. Boston's been known for its immigrants moving in and out quite frequently, but
But not usually
I would
from
like to-
random. But not usually from random illnesses and injuries.
when they say they fell prey to illness, that means everybody in that family died. I would
Wait,
like
what?
to roll an occult.
Does it?
Yes.
If you want to
And
roll
that's
it,
in
no.
character. I would like to roll occult to see if I can detect a more supernatural origin to these strange disappearances that are happening concurrently.
you can try to see if there might be like something that you heard of before, but it's going to have to be a hard success or more.
Hard success. I'm glad that's a tab you can just click.
Hey!
15 versus 15, so that's just a regular success,
Oh.
isn't it?
No, my
Wait.
regular stat is 30. You can
Oh.
at the top of the bar, at the top of the if you see where like on Addison's it says regular, you can actually filter by the one you need to roll by.
Oh, it just I didn't know that it
Oh,
had
that's
that
so
up there.
cool.
That's
So
helpful.
I made a hard success
So you made a hard success.
by the skin of my teeth.
Yeah, holy shit.
So everything in this house happening like that without any actual explanation attached to it sounds like it might have some sort of supernatural bent. Because people becoming ill for no reason and then going crazy and killing themselves for no reason that is, recorded. Probably might be supernatural. Like you're leaning towards it.
So, given the pattern here, Miss Bates, why is your last name Bates?
It's
Miss
funny.
Bates.
Why is that?
No, that was out of character. Why is your last
Oh.
name Bates? In character, Miss Bates.
Yeah.
If this was one place with one event, it could be easily explained as a mental illness. 2 events, potentially contaminated water source. But we have here at least 3 families that both either became violently ill or fell prey to illness and had a series of violent accidents that either resulted in a suicidal death here or potentially a series of murders here and 3 children crippled. That is not normally the situations of something on the normal scale of things. I'm beginning to believe that beginning to believe with my experiences in the occult fields that this is in fact something beyond the natural. But I would like to reconvene with our friends and gather more information on the stories.
Is there a thing? Is there a stat for how skeptic I am or not?
No.
That's just something you can roleplay as.
Okay. Occult, you say?
Oh,
That
yes.
is,
I do apologize. I am an occultist by nature. Pleasure to meet you. It is my training.
Pleasure to meet you as well. I can't say I've run into any occult dealings myself, but I'm always open to the possibility. You should be much to tell me about some things you've seen later.
I had a very interesting run-in in Arizona with a thing called a chupacabra.
A what?
A chupacabra. I believe it is Spanish for goat sucker.
Huh.
It was a strange creature that fed on the life force and blood of goats and sheep and other cattle.
Interesting.
Okay. So,
I'm not quite sure what it was actually, because at one point it looked like a wolf, and then it was a reptilian thing with big eyes and spines, and then at one point it just kind of yeeted itself across the skyline, for lack of a better term, in 2021 vernacular.
What is yeet? I'm not familiar with this vernacular.
Threw itself across the horizon. You'll have to ask our friend Scott about that. He was there with me.
I will admit, it sounds like you're pulling my leg. But you have done nothing to make me doubt you otherwise, so...
I will be 100% clear, ma'am. I will never pull your leg.
That remains to be seen. This is our first time working together, so we'll see how that goes, how it goes from here. But I am willing to listen.
Okay, so I'm going to imagine you're having this conversation as you're walking back to the diner, and eventually you do return and you see your friend sitting there nursing a pot of coffee.
Like 5 empty plates sitting beside Lyric.
Yes, Scott. Lyric, how are you?
Doing all right. Got a bit of a lead.
We found a little bit of information ourselves. Oh.
What did you manage to dig up?
Elias, would you rather, or should I?
It depends on whether you want to be the one about the gruesome recent history of the house. That's up to you. I can do either.
You see, the globe only goes back so far, so the records only have things from 1875 onwards, and the specific piece of information that we found in the records goes back to the 80s and goes up to 1918, sorry.
2 years ago.
And in that span of time between 1880 and 1918, several families were struck with horrible events, and either left or died. So 1 family, 2 family, 3 family.
Let's see.
4
So
family.
we have in 1880, a family of French immigrants moved in, but fled after a series of violent accidents that left the parents dead and 3 children crippled. 1909, another family moved in, fell prey immediately to illness, and then in 1914, the oldest brother went mad and killed himself with a kitchen knife, and the heartbroken family moved out. And then in 1918, a third family, the Macarios, which you said our employer was the last renter of their property, rented the house, but they left almost immediately after they all became ill at the same time.
You're gonna love this. We found out some information about Corbett himself.
Oh, did you now?
Lyric, I think he had the earliest mention. You found the earliest mentions.
Apparently, he was a little bit belligerent, and no one around him seemed to like that he was living there, and they tried to petition him to get out.
Interesting.
Yeah. It failed in court.
Not every day that a neighborhood tries to forcibly remove a neighbor like that.
The
one that I found... Oh, sorry.
Just saying, there weren't much details as to the what or how, but none of this has sounded good.
It is awfully strange.
And I then found a report that Corbett won the lawsuit, but then his obituary stated in 1866 stated he was still living in the same place. says that at the time of his death, there was a secondary lawsuit being waged to prevent Corbett from being buried in his basement as provided by his will. Now,
That is
here's
an
the
awfully
thing.
strange thing to want in your will.
Now, here's the thing. Corbett didn't build the house. It was built in 1835 by a prosperous merchant, but immediately fell ill and sold it to Walter Corbett.
Hello? Hello? Hold on, Discord died on me again.
He died for a couple people, apparently.
Okay, hello? We good?
Can you hear us
Yeah.
now? Kelly, can you hear us?
I can hear you, yes.
Callie?
Hello?
Okay. Sarah, can you hear us?
Oh, can you not hear me?
We can hear you, Sarah.
We
hear
couldn't
you.
for a
Hello?
second, but now we can hear you.
Scaffold, Nora's internet kind of went complete.
I could
Yeah,
not. Yeah.
Okay.
Did,
But
did-
also,
Yeah, that's for sure.
my connection keeps flashing RTC disconnected.
Ooh, yeah.
Like it's
Ooh.
currently red right now.
Mm.
But
Discord's having
Yeah,
some problems.
Yeah.
was saying that place was built in 1835 by a merchant, but they immediately fell ill and then sold it to Mr. Walsh Corbett. So he might not be the source of these.
But it sounds
misdeeds.
like Mr. Corbett lived there for a long time.
So he may have understood it or knew how to live with it.
It is strange.
Elias, it's got your kind of weirdness stink all over it.
Oh yes, no. I was able to pick that up just from what we found in the library. Could I roll an occult check again?
What you rolling for?
To take the knowledge that I previously gained about the house from my previous research, comparing it with the notes to maybe piece together quite maybe what Mr. Corbett was into, because
Can I as
neighbors don't.
well? I
If you
actually
want,
have a score.
if you want to try, yeah.
No.
How do
I
you
don't
have
think
a
I've
higher
succeeded
occult score
anything.
than I?
Random generation?
Random generation.
Yeah.
You're not really
Shame.
piecing anything more together than what you had.
Mm.
It's just the house is. You're getting the vibe that the house is fucked up in some way, but you're not exactly sure how.
I think the
It's
house
weird.
is. I think the house is something cursed, and given that of all the people that we know have lived on the property, with it sitting empty for several decades in between the various housings, I believe Mr. Corbett might be involved with it, but I couldn't tell you exactly how.
Especially if he was so connected that he wished to be buried in the basement.
Yeah,
He might
that
have just
I-
been attached to where he lived. Might have been happy years of his life. Or it might have even been spite out of his neighbors trying to make him leave.
that's fair, but I will also bring up the point that in no terms of American culture has it ever been kosher to be buried in your basement.
No, that is definitely strange. But this man sounds like he was strange in general.
Something about him feels familiar, but I can't put my thumb on it.
Didn't mean to click that.
Okay. Just checking out your skills.
Yeah, I didn't mean to click that. I was trying to scroll.
Okay. So, if you want more information, you might be able to find some, again, in the Hall of Records, or you could go directly to the house.
Do we want to try and
The
track
Hall
down
of
the
Records
Hall?
was.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, basically what you were saying. It's the one place we haven't been.
It
couldn't
can't hurt
hurt.
for of us all to quickly tackle it as a unit.
True. Detour to the Hall of Records and then head to the place.
Yes, we'll go in together, and then all 4 of us together. We can't miss anything altogether, right?
In theory.
I countered.
Okay.
And we weren't exactly given a timetable either.
Were ya?
Looks like the first
And
note.
No, just so
doesn't seem to have a time limit.
there's no time limit. But if you want to go to the Hall of Records, you can just walk down the street, and it's not that far away.
Yeah.
Walk in and ask to be pointed to the records for, a certain time frame, or just for the house that you're looking for, or anything that comes up with Corbett's name.
I certainly want to look into the second lawsuit to see if he actually did get himself buried there.
Okay.
If he won that or not.
If you're looking for
Yeah,
that,
I could be probably looking into him.
yeah. If you're looking for that in specific, go ahead and give me a library use once you get to the Hall of Records.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, geez.
failure.
The eye roll libraries to look after she fails.
If she tells you what exactly she's looking for,
Yeah.
She's basically going through these, the little records rooms are tiny and cramped. She's trying to turn around and almost
Oh.
knocking things over.
Oh, a small person's world when you're large.
Mm. Ma'am, could you
Need
give
some
me
help
a
there,
help
honey?
here? Yes,
Would
ma'am,
be
I could
delighted.
use some help. I'm looking for his records to see if he actually did win that secondary lawsuit. Because,
Let old Addison take a look now.
I'll
be a success.
okay. All you can find is this.
Oh, well. Is that like an actual thing that it's like something says that the winner, that whoever won, was not recorded, or just we can't find anything?
You can't
Or do we
find
something
anything.
that says, okay.
You cannot find
Well.
anything.
Well, Lyric, my dear, it does not appear that the winner was ever recorded.
That doesn't sound right. The courts have to record each and every outcome. That's how they get all this nonsense sorted.
That is an awfully strange thing to not record.
It makes no sense. Unless... Did he win?
If he won, I suppose there could have been some kind of... What's the word? Non-disclosure agreement.
I was going to say just clerical error, but...
A clerical error would be a possibility, especially in the 1800s. But
Just kind of narrows her eyes at that.
I
With
feel
all
like
the
we would have found
weirdness-
something.
With all the
We
weirdness...
do know. We do know one way to find out whether or not he succeeded or whether or not he listened to the lawsuit. If we find a corpse, if we dig in the basement when we get there.
Cool. Which actually ties into what I think Elias would be looking for while everyone's looking in to see who won that lawsuit. I'm going to roll a library use to see if I can find an old schematic floor plan of the house.
Okay.
And my library use was going to be looking into just like any records pertaining to the address.
Okay. So So Elias failed. Scott?
Strange success.
Very nice, Scott. So this is what you find. This is the only thing pertaining to either Walter Corbett's name or his address.
I think I may have found something. Civil court records show that the Southern accent is infectious.
I know.
It is.
That it
It
is.
is. That's not what I'm going for. I'm going for like newscaster voice, but I keep on slipping into it.
I'm trying to use a very soft Southern accent instead of the hard one I like to do.
See, you even slipped into it a little bit yourself.
It's just my natural.
It's infectious.
Fair.
But civil records show that the executor of Walter Corbett's will was Reverend Michael Thomas, pastor of the Chapel of Contemplation and Church of Our Lord, Granter of Secrets. Oh, that's not a red flag at all. Register of Churches, also available in the Hall of Records, notes the closure of the Chapel of Contemplation in 1912. Does that line up with any of the families being injured?
Let me see.
Elias will pull out his notepad, flip
1912?
through it.
Well, it was an injured family in 1914. She's like flipping through pages in a notebook.
So far, we have not found many ties directly to this. I'm slipping into the Southern accent. Apologies. We have not found many ties to the Church of Contemplation, in particular, even the year 1912. 1914 is when.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's the first I've heard of them in our notes, anyway. But can I roll history to know if I've ever heard of them in the past?
You can?
They'll be a failure. I've never heard of. God damn it!
Can I roll a history to see if I know the Church of Contemplation? Because I poke into weird shit a lot.
You can, and the other two, the two private investigators, they can try. They can try to roll. Let me see what the exact thing is. I know that there's a roll that you could do.
My history is not going to succeed unless I roll another 3.
No, not. It's not going to be history for you guys. It's really funny, actually, that the private investigators don't have this skill real high. Oh no, one of you does.
Uh-oh.
So Addison and Elias, you both failed on your history. And since you don't have law, Scott, you wouldn't be able to roll it, but if
Lyric has law.
If Lyric wants to roll law, she might be able to recall something in a record.
I can try. It's not very high, but we'll see.
I have a 5 for law.
I had a 31.
If you want, you can push it, but
how do you push it?
You roll again, and if you fail again, you're going to have a consequence.
Yeah, Lyric's a risk taker. I'll push it.
Hey!
Damn.
Success! Oh yeah!
Now you
Nice.
you get
Very
an inkling.
nice.
You get an inkling the first time, and then you just kind of like wave it off. It's like, no, that's not the same thing. But then you recall reading something about the Chapel of Contemplation in, law records. You can't recall the exact specifics, but you know that it was in a criminal court record that you know. You know that something happened at the church in tandem with law enforcement in 1912. There are no there's no criminal records here in the Hall of Records. Anything, that was a serious crime or was handled by the county, Commonwealth, federal courts, it would probably be in the Central Police Station records, if you wanted to look at those. But you know that in 1912, something criminal happened at that church to close it down, and that's why it closed.
She does like a snap of her fingers. Got it. I remember reading something in the law proceedings about it, back at the police station. I don't remember the details, but it's there.
Well, I guess the next thing is we gotta go grease some pigs.
I was hoping you'd say that. I was hoping you'd say that, dear.
It's my least exciting visit because I can't punch anyone.
I mean, well, we could investigate right now that Church of Contemplation and
That's
potentially how
also
it ties into the Corbett house.
It is so records, if they're there, would be older as well. God damn it!
I feel like this could be a potential tie out for if we do not find our answers at the Corbett house, or we find things we are not expecting. Oh, son of a bitch! I'm doing the voice accent now.
True elder Southernism.
Damn you, Raven!
Slipping into Texas the farther that you go.
Slipping into Tejas. Apologies.
This is the true Eldritch being.
Apologies. Apologies. I do occasionally get possessed by a dead cowboy.
You are awfully strange, Elias.
Thank you. That is part of my game.
Alright, fair enough.
In what might be a good move would be us to check out the Corbett house to figure out exactly what is going on there. And if we find more ties, we'll find it into a church that apparently Mr. Corbett attended. Because if there's criminal records associated with it, it probably means, and with what we know, the hall is abandoned. We'd either have to track down the Reverend himself, if he still lives, and is not rotting in a prison.
But if there's anything strange happening that happened at that church, there should still be some kind of evidence there, wouldn't you think?
Potentially.
That is your specialty.
There are the threads of something more beyond than the normal world seems to imply here. However, until we get to that Corbett house and see exactly what's going on there, I cannot exactly say that a church that had a potentially criminal record in another matter entirely is directly tied into what's happening there without knowing what's happening there.
I do not disagree. You know, all this could just be a gas leak. Causing people to,
Right, you think there's a gas leak down here?
No, in the house. This,
Okay, I've been getting a little dizzy, so I was getting a little worried.
No, Mr. Corbett might have figured out how to patch it, or, was particularly resistant to it, but
or you just come to the fumes.
Strange, causing people to injure themselves. A gas leak could do that to people, especially if it was an unreported one over many years.
I think it's more likely that he actually got himself buried there, and the body decayed and leached into the groundwater of the house.
That is also a good point, Lyric. God fucking damn this accent.
Slowly the story shifts from coastal Boston to coastal Austin.
I'm even going soft accent, so it's not that hard. I don't know what's your excuse.
I do this accent with you in another game, so it's seeping in.
I don't have a control over the accents. The accents control me. I've already done 3 different ones for this gentleman.
Yeah, it's no longer Aya Cthulhu, it's Aya Tejas.
I
can never be consistent with.
Oh my god.
Aya Tejas.
God damn it, Raven.
Okay. I'm gonna go grab a soda real quick before we go to delve into the house.
Okay.
So, give me literally 30 seconds.
Yep. 2-minute break, go grab something to drink, and then come back.
I'll be right back.
And we can figure out where you guys are actually going to go.
Yeah.
I don't remember 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, I'm back. Did we all go take a break? Am I the only one on voice chat?
Get some macaroni and cheese!
We can hear Nora better over Scatha's microphone than we can hear her on her own microphone. That's brilliant.
I should probably actually go let the dog out. A little bit longer than 5-minute break for everybody that's here. I gotta go let the dog out.
Okay. Also, Nora comes through clearer on your microphone than she does on her own. And you weren't here for it. The question is this being streamed on YouTube or is this just shenanigans? Oh, this is being live streamed. Oh. So to the audience who is listening, which is probably at the time of recording, it might just be me popping. Oh, it is just... Oh, there's a bot. So, Call of Cthulhu is my absolute fucking favorite system on the face of the planet. Something about it just really hits my vibes great. Was Mr. Lovecraft a terrible racist for most of his life, only repenting in the last 2 months of his existence? Of course. You cannot deny that. However, the wonderful team at Chaosium has been able to take the vibe and concepts of the system, and sometimes even the concepts of the Elder Gods themselves, without having too much of those more sordid ties into it. The fear of the unknown and the chaos of that is very much well applied here. What we've seen is a pretty good demonstration of the roles and the systems, and there's a little bit of rough learning, but nothing that hasn't been we need to step in. Generally speaking, we'd have a more connected character session 0, but in the most part, this is just how it goes. We're gonna get some spooky shit, though. I know this module. I know lots of modules. I know lots of things about this system. But it's hard to get people into a system when they get emotionally tied to characters and then they break their minds because they accidentally looked at the wrong thing. And in an absence of silence, sometimes one must fill it with noise. For noise that is verbally admitted is desired above that which seals and drives you crazy in itself. You know it's there when you turn off everything and you just listen. That empty silence that echoes so loudly despite there being nothing. The absence of noise is almost worse than the presence of a constant background hum. Is it an adaptation of modern man? Is it just something that has been so primally involved into our souls? Sometimes we were never meant to know true silence. Oh, hey, Raven, welcome back.
Sorry, that took a minute. I had to put up dinner.
Oh, that's absolutely fair. Scatha needs more than 5 minutes. Just gotta go let out the dog.
Yeah.
I have been monologuing into the void.
It is now canon in my mind that Lyric is Bruno's cousin or second cousin.
Bruno has a fairly large extended family at this point.
She knows him as Uncle Bruno, though he's not technically her uncle.
That's also fair. Bruno would also highly encourage that.
I'm pretty sure he's the one who gave her the nightstick that she fucking has.
He's like, welcome to Boston. It's absolute shit. You're going to need this. And just passes it to her.
No, I think he just gave it to her when she was like 12 or something. Hey, kid. You look like you like to smack things. 12 years old, now 4 feet tall.
I mean, Bruno was probably around that age during the Dust Bowl, and that's when he learned how to smack and fight things. Also, I can hear your geese.
What?
I can hear your geese, or Raven's geese. Someone is honking!
Not mine.
Sarah?
Yeah.
You can't do my own
I was trying to bring that... No, I couldn't bring that up fast enough because I was trying to do that during your silence monologue. But then my phone's like stupid and wasn't go fast.
Were you here during
I was here during the entire break because my headset's wireless and I could just wander around the house.
The
reception goes bad if I'm in the kitchen.
I just assumed you weren't there.
I mean, once I turned off the muted thing, I was here, which was like, you were talking about the how Chaosium captured the vibes. Then you went on your silence monologue, and I was like, wait, sound effects would be perfect. Then my phone's stupid about YouTube. I don't have an ad block on there, so it's like waiting for the ads to go.
Oh,
Then Raven showed up.
I didn't know you were there. I would have stopped.
It's funnier that you didn't.
You know what? Absolutely fair. So yes, while I have some time and we wait for Scatha to go back, Bruno, my beloved boy of Call of Cthulhu, who I wish to play one day, but every time I go, can I play Bruno? People go, no, you can't break my game that way. And I'm like, I'm not gonna break the game. I over-exaggerate a little bit. So Bruno has showed up and so far established two different timelines with a third potential if that game ever gets off the ground. One of them is the Dresden File one, in which he pops out of the Chicago River roughly around the year 2011, and is a very confused man. Because the fuck are these? The fuck are those? What do you mean a cell phone? It's not as bad as if you took like somebody from the 1800s and threw them into modern times, but it's not an easy transition.
Yeah. Why do all the cars look like shit now?
And there's a bunch of different characters, and I didn't particularly enjoy that game as much as I wish I could have. Particularly because one player wanted to have the focus of a tea shop that didn't really have any great properties, and the GM did not handle that well. I enjoyed Bruno's moments in that game. The other one that I wrote was a written story I did for a different group of friends. Because I tell the story of Bruno to everybody. It's like one of my greatest tabletop moments of all time. Was that Bruno survived and the Egyptian one was merely another escapade. And then immediately goes to Scandinavia to retrieve this magical spear that could potentially open portals to realms, except it's guarded by this giant big tentacle monster with eyes on the ends of its tentacles and one giant eye and a toothy maw. And that almost kills all of his friends, and he gets mad and chases after it goes through a portal. And the beholder he's chasing goes back to the D&D universe and begs for the guard to help, which freaks out the guard. And then Bruno shows up with his Tommy gun and goes, "Hey, one eye. This is for my friends," and then just proceeds to gun him down like it's nothing. And then Bruno goes, "Wait, how the fuck did I get here?" And then Bruno's stuck in a D&D realm that we were all co-writing around at that same time, a fantasy world. As a 1920s mobster. Which had some fun and interesting implications. Bruno is slated for a third game, but I'm not going to talk about that, because the instant I tell you which game it is, it ruins the surprise. So.
you're fair.
That's fine.
Admittedly,
So does low-key always expect Bruno?
No, because everybody tells me no.
You don't fucking care, though.
I respect if I ask the GM, "Hey, can I bring in this character?" and they tell me no, I don't bring in a pre-established character. I like building new ones too much.
That's fine. They say no pre-established characters. Yeah, I get you.
Like when I figured out that Scatha was running this, I asked her, "Hey, I have Bruno's character sheet. I can convert it in approximately 5 seconds into Roll20. Would you like me to?" And she's like, "Nah, not this time."
Yeah, it's fine. But it's
Now
not
for the
like,
mobster-themed one, maybe.
It's not a no Bruno. This is a no pre-established characters. It's fine.
Yes.
No one's going to tell you no Bruno unless he specifically doesn't work with that setting.
Yes. And I guess technically there's a Bruno in the Kay's Wander universe because he's done a Bruno version there. Trying to think, where else has Bruno been?
Oh, by the way, how old is Bruno?
Roughly in his 30s. Early to mid 30s is how I've angled it. He's on the older side of things, but not like old side of things. He's been around the block. He's not a young street punk, is what I mean.
That is funny because Lyric is 34. So in this universe, he may be like 10 to 20 years older.
No, you can just call him Uncle Bruno, and Bruno's like, it's fine.
Okay, I am back.
He's still,
or their
still
cousins.
At least they're 6 to 7 years older than she is, so he'd probably seem more like older brother / uncle material.
Or their cousins.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Catherine.
Technically, they'd be second cousins, but like, yeah.
Well, welcome back, Scassa. You missed my monologue. Sarah didn't.
That's fine. I have a record of that. So
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I did it because at the time it looked like nobody else was on, so I started just monologuing without realizing that Sarah could hear every word I said. But he was just muted.
Okay. So have you all
I'm a little embarrassed.
Figured out where you're going?
Yeah, we probably should have been discussing that, huh?
Yeah, we talked about everything except.
You guys should have been figuring it out, huh?
Yeah,
So,
we just were, huh?
All right, guys. Gut feel. Police station or house? Or I should say police station, house, or church.
I don't think we should be separate when we check out the house.
Oh,
I feel like
God,
we
no.
should check
But
the
I
house
feel like we should
first.
check the house, though.
Yeah, at least get a feel for the place.
Yeah.
Yes, don't eat or drink nothing there.
No promises.
Okay.
Make sure to pack the shovel.
All right. So as you come up to the house, the brick building is overshadowed by taller, newer office buildings on either side. The house fronts the street. In the rear are overgrown plantings and a half-collapsed arbor. Access to the rear exists on either side of the residence. Studying the house, the observer is impressed by the way the house seems to withdraw into the shadows cast by the flanking buildings, and how the blank curtain windows hide all understanding of what lies within.
Oh. Well, that's not just one of the most ominous houses I've ever seen.
Okay, and I will show you the map when you go inside.
Lovely.
Which one of us to go first?
Oh, Scotty boy has the key.
That's right.
Oh yeah, just like pat down there like here, sorry, and to go up and unlock the door.
So just to make sure, the middle structure is the house, yes?
That is the ground floor of the house, yes.
Okay, and the other two are the the office buildings on either side.
Nope. This is a floor plan. So this is the ground floor. This would be the upper story, and this would be
Oh, the basement. Okay.
Oh,
We
okay.
see darkness. I see darkness.
You see darkness?
I see a void.
That's
I
weird.
see the map.
Refresh roll 20.
Try to refresh roll 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my connection is always not good.
Well, I mean,
I can see you pinging it, but yeah, it's still like just. It's like I'm seeing like the nothing. It's just blank.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Like I can see pinging, and I can ping.
would you like me to stream it on my view so you can see?
That probably would not make my connection any better.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right, but I was an offer.
Take a print
Here,
screen.
you know what? Yeah, here. That makes more sense and is entirely logical. Print screen.
Logic.
But yes, generally speaking, Scott, when you open a door to an abandoned house, it is usually dark.
So yeah. So for everybody that can see the map, I'm sorry, Zero. I'm not sure what's going on. This number 3, that's where you actually walk in, and it's a mudroom.
It's a what room?
A mudroom. So when you walk into a house, there's usually a room where you hang your coats and hats and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And like these with that. This is a window and window.
Which where?
This.
Hello?
Yeah, those are windows.
Okay.
Okay.
My connection got to flicker that time. Okay.
Yay!
Oh yeah, I have an icon. That's right. I can put myself down.
And this isn't exactly to scale, I don't think, so,
Oh. No, I don't think so.
Let's just keep with the party token.
yeah, the party token.
Yeah.
Well, I can make you smaller if you'd like. Just make you the same size as the party token.
Yeah, because I can't control the party token. Hey, there we go. I'm a small giant woman.
There you go. And you would have come in here at 3.
Oh. Okay.
There we go.
So, quick question. How many of you have experience exploring abandoned properties?
I mean, me and Scott have gone through more.
Kind
than a
of the
couple
job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had to poke
Fair
around
enough.
occasionally.
Excellent. Just remember, if I start screaming, it means I've fallen through a floor.
But first, let me.
Is there anything worth note in the entry room that we came in?
Nope, just, there's abandoned hats and coats that looks like they have just been left here. Probably by whoever occupied the house before.
Oh, they must have left in a hurry. Not taking the things with them.
And there's several bags of coal for what looks like a coal-burning stove inside the house somewhere.
That also tells us what kind of stove they use, which I don't think is incredibly useful, but you never know.
You will see Elias reach down and grab a handful of the coal. Is it fairly dry? Not waterlogged? Or...
It's not waterlogged, it's fairly good coal, as far as you can tell.
I would put a handful in my pocket.
Sure, alright.
For
Raise
my
my
personal
bill.
experiences of exploring properties, it's never bad to have a backup source of light. And I step into the hallway.
You're in a house made of wood. We could just burn something.
Can you see yourself, Zero? Okay, there we go.
Sarah?
Stop moving. I'm trying
Sorry.
to flip it back around. But every time I would try to grab it, you would like move up slightly. It was like trying to fight.
Oh, damn it.
But yes, I can see now. I just turned off my mod.
Ah,
Okay. I'd head in, shall we?
As I step into the hallway, I would like to roll a spot hidden check.
okay.
Just to see, as a general look around, try to figure out what's the vibe and what's here. I don't know if it will do any good, but we will find out. Man, despite the fact I love this game, Roll20 hates me.
Okay.
I
So just
can
taking...
roll.
Go ahead.
I can roll spot hidden as well if you like.
I probably shouldn't have. Jesus.
It's fine.
Whoever wants to
like?
roll can. And I'll give you the.
Okay. Ha. See, you got a success. And that
Oh,
on his
jeez,
fucking
Lyric.
70.
Lyric's really good at finding things and really good at punching the things she finds. That is it.
This woman has the eyes like a hawk.
That's why she's so
Eyes of a
funny. She's fucking hilarious. She can see things and she can hit things, but she can't talk to people.
And she's relatively good at law.
She's so
It's a
fucking
thing.
funny.
The weirdest combo.
I just
of
realized
skills.
another source of humor about Scott is his stats are all above average for the most part, except for dexterity, 15.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
You're a slow boy. But so with your spot hidden roll, I mean, there's nothing really hidden that you can see, but you can peer into all of the open doorways. Like room 2 here, when you just take a look, it looks like a storage room. There's some old furniture that might be broken up. You could probably toss it in a wood-burning stove, and it would be, good for that, but otherwise it'd probably break if you tried to sit on it. So it was just thrown in this room for storage. You're guessing this is the kitchen because you see a stove in there and a table that is still set with it's actually still set with a words.
Is there like a meal? Is there like an old meal on the table?
There's
Plates and silverware.
there's plates and silverware in here that still have evidence of food on them. There's some foodstuffs that might be edible. There's canned soup and meat and rice, some pasta, and even some bottles of wine. And you can tell that whatever hasn't, been spoiled, it was probably eaten by rats because you can find the evidence of rats. The evidence that rats leave behind. And if you want to go further down the hallway and peer into these 2 rooms, I'll let you use your hard success because that was still a good roll.
Okay.
Room 5, room 4, I mean, sorry, this one right here. This looks like the living room because there's a radio, a big freestanding radio, a couch, some chairs that are, plush chairs. And the shelves all have knickknacks and gewgaws and everything on them. And peering into the room, you can't help but notice, but there's a whole fucking shitload of crosses, images of the Virgin Mary, and any other Catholic artifacts that you could ever think of are just strewn all over this room.
Lyric opens the door, stares slowly, just goes, "My lord, I think it's my grandmother's house."
What's in there, honey?
Room. Look at this. It's just there's being Christian, and then there's being aggressively Christian.
Could I roll an occult roll to see if these were put in fear? Because we know that people fled the house.
You can roll and take a guess.
I am gonna go in.
Son
And go
of
to the
a
bitch. I'm gonna go turn on the radio.
Why?
Does it work?
You turn on the radio, and at first it doesn't make any noise.
Well, seems like this don't work anymore.
But then after you switch it off, it switches itself back on, and there's an unholy screeching noise echoing through the house. And then it switches itself back off.
That's...
Some of the crosses start shaking and fall to the floor.
Oof.
That's normal, right? That's supposed to happen.
No.
Miss Bates, we had a conversation.
I am being sarcastic.
Okay. Cool.
Man, if I wasn't,
Clearly,
I was
a
afraid, if I
weird.
wasn't afraid of hurting you, I'd slap you something silly.
I react to things of an unknown variety with one of two ways: I punch it or I sass it.
So
And
A
what part is
noble
turning
way
on
to-
a radio in a dead house either?
I wasn't sure if it would work or not. I don't know if the power's still going.
That is an excellent
just from
point.
clicking on a light.
Have we even seen a light switch at this point?
yeah, you passed several of them walking down the hallway. You've just been wandering around a dark house.
Yes. I do wish to know. I'm going to poke my head into this room.
That
We
is
haven't talked about it.
that is the dining room that Scott passed through. He passed by a long mahogany table with a built-in sideboard and 7 chairs. There are 3 places set and unused, and there's a tureen on the table that has scraps of rotting soup inside.
Wait, 7 chairs, 3 unused.
3 places are set and unused. Like there's plates and forks and silverware set up for somebody to use to eat.
Okay.
If you take the older son being dead, that means there's a younger son and the 2 others, the Marciano's family. This makes sense. If I was a more immediately rushing to my guns, I would argue that this is probably the ghost of the boy who killed himself, but knowing that this goes deeper than that, with the history of Mr. Corbett itself,
As you walk towards the dining
Ghosts
room,
can still be involved.
as you walk towards the dining room from the living room, as soon as you get to this door here, Lyric,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
these doors back here slam open and closed 3 times and then fly all the way open.
What?
The doors in front of me.
These doors right here.
See them?
She turns around and whips out her nightstick. It looks like she just points at mine and goes. It just kind of glares at the doors. And goes, "All right, you stop that, or you're coming off those hinges."
And then you hear from upstairs what sounds like somebody stomping on the floors. Like it sounds like something like.
Oh God, Callie, I heard that. They can't hear that in the game. Christ.
Could you hear that at all?
I
No.
heard that. They didn't.
What'd you do?
I banged on the table.
Slam.
I banged on my table here.
I heard that, Callie.
Sometimes probably work doesn't translate with online games.
Yeah, it's
I
unfortunate.
wasn't expecting to.
Good.
At the start of the banging, Elias will reach into his pocket and go, "I might be an occultist, but," and he just pulls out a pistol and cocks it.
Well, if this is something hooky spooky, I don't think a rifle's going to do you any good.
This is a pistol, ma'am, but I
Pistol.
appreciate your concern, and sometimes it's not about shooting the ghost, it's about shooting the things the ghost throws at you.
Making a good point. I pull out a gun as well.
So,
You're going upstairs? Scott's bolted upstairs.
Scott, goddamn it!
people are
not
just
again.
chatting away.
Scott, wait.
Scott.
I slowly step up the stairs to look around.
What the hell?
Like, Scott,
You gonna run
Scott,
off
we
that
can't
your
have
partner?
another chupacabra incident. Scott!
The fuck? I'm your partner. You can't just do that to me.
So as you come up to you can peek through this door and it looks like it's a bathroom. You can see a toilet and a sink from where you're standing.
Okay.
I'ma just shut that door.
Lyric eyes the door like she wants to rip it off its hinges.
Can I roll
Oh.
listen?
Listen?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh God, I was just looking at it.
Yeah.
It's not great, but Yeah, no.
Whatever the hell that was spooked
Right,
you.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Can I roll a spot hidden since we're in a new floor of the building?
Okay, you just look general looking, or are you
I,
looking for
I
something
am
in
looking
specific?
I am looking in specifics for traces of a physical person.
Okay.
Of something having moved through here. But I see nothing.
Yeah, you're a little frazzled from that sudden banging noise and all the crosses actually falling to the floor in front of your face.
Could
So
I
you-
do a
Yeah.
spot hidden?
Yes.
Specifically, Lyric is looking for something physical she can just wail on.
Okay.
She want a
66.
punch.
So as you're walking down the hallway and looking into all of these what appear to be bedrooms at first glance, you don't see anything physical except for the furniture and everything inside the bedrooms. No, and you don't hear anything more slamming or anything like that. It's actually kind of unnaturally quiet after all of those noises.
You
Fantastic.
see anything over there, fellas?
I see nothing. There's about to be a lot of ripped hinges in a minute.
As our wonderful friend Lyric is about to threaten to tear off the doors, I want to look out a window.
Okay, stare out the window.
I stare out the window.
So, at first, when you look out the window, you just see the muddy corridor outside, kind of an alleyway between the big office buildings that this house sits between.
Mhm.
And then suddenly it looks more like a mirror, and you're looking at your own face, and there's somebody standing behind you.
Immediately, since I already have the pistol in hand, I whip around.
There's nobody there. And when you turn back to the window, there's also nobody there, and you see the outside again.
Hey, careful swinging that thing around, Elias.
Gentlemen and ladies, I believe we have a ghost.
Oh, son of a bitch, I can't punch that.
We can if you try hard enough. And I'm skipping the room, and I am immediately looking out this window.
Again, you only see the outside, and the effect that you think you saw anyway, does not happen again.
Dang. Well, it looks like there's one more window down there, but we should probably check this room before I just, barge past it.
While they're looking in the rooms, I'm gonna kind of lean back down the stairs and try and see if I hear anything coming from below us.
Okay, so the bedroom that you're in right now, Scott, it looks like it's a spare bedroom. Contains a bed frame with bare bed springs and a dresser. It looks like it's unused, and it looks in fairly good shape for, being unused.
I'll go open up the drawers, see if there's anything in there.
Okay, you go to open up the drawers, and then the window starts rattling. And the door slams shut behind you.
Oh God! Oh no!
Whoop!
Larry,
Wait.
come on now.
The door will not open no matter what any of you do. And as you stand in the middle of the room, suddenly something starts dripping on your head.
Sorry, they just, when the door slams and after he's like, Lyric, come on now, either he doesn't know if he's blaming her or just asking her to open the door, but you just hear this, this really exasperated sigh just from the inside, why did I go in by myself?
Something warm and wet drips onto your head.
Yeah.
Look up. Well, sidestep and look up.
There is more splatters around you, and if you look on the floor, it's suddenly covered in a bright red liquid. And more splatters from the ceiling are coming down faster and faster and faster. And soon you can't dodge it, and it's a torrent of this warm, hot-smelling red liquid that is just flooding down the walls from the ceilings and dripping all over you. And the window starts to vibrate.
Probably not having good memories of the trenches.
Ooh.
Yeah,
It's going to be a call for a sanity check.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you for a sanity check right now.
How do I do that? Just click sanity?
Just click sanity.
Boop. No.
Okay. So
Ooh, you're lucky. You're lucky. If it was any worse.
I want you to roll a 1d4 for me.
Doop-a-doop-doop. Boop boop.
Only one. You lose one sanity from all of this. And
Okay.
the door opens, and you're standing there to the rest of these investigators, coated in red liquid, and the rest of the room is immaculately clean.
Did the door open on its own, or did we open it?
The door lets you open it, is the best way I can describe it.
The door ain't attached to the hinges no more. Larry,
It is a
just
chunk.
yanks the son of a bitch. It's just a loud crack, if you allow me to, DM.
Yeah, that's fine. The window in that bedroom is still vibrating. Scott, I imagine you don't want to be in there anymore?
Nope. Just like, pardon me. Pardon me.
She's
You
gonna
good?
glance at Scott and go,
Wait,
Scott, are you
Scott?
okay? Scott.
God, what?
Yeah, there's definitely something supernatural going on here.
Right. Is the window
No,
still
I'm gonna be-
vibrating?
Window is still vibrating.
Immediately,
Yes,
no brain cells.
punching window.
Elias is, this window has a ghost!
Hold on.
God's pointed out the window.
I need to look at something. Stay there by the window.
Yes, let's
I'm
go
moving
by the
forward.
violently vibrating
No, you
Can't
can't
laugh.
move away from the window. You gotta stay there.
I moved the wrong person, so I'm putting myself there. I think it was like supposed to be like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
Larry was
moving
going
me
to
out
punch
from the
the
window.
Okay, we're all three of us at the window then?
Okay. All three of you, I need you to make a spot hidden roll.
Button.
Can
Alright.
Uh,
God, not
Dice,
very-
fail me, please. No,
Oh,
it
wow.
succeeded.
Okay, so
Lyric
Elias,
for once failed a spot hidden.
Elias, you can make a dodge roll, but the other two don't see this. You turn in just in time to see the bed upending itself onto its so it's standing upright and then sliding across the floor towards the window and towards everybody standing near the window.
God, where's Don?
Making a horrible screeching noise as it scrapes across the floor.
I failed my dodge.
Okay.
Wait, let me do a math real quick. Let me do a math. Because my brain is not function. I had too much caffeine. My brain is no longer functioning as a human adult. How much luck do I have? Luck. So I'm gonna do something dumb. Because I've never. That's not what I meant to do. You son of. That's not how you work. So I'm about to burn 11 luck to dodge this bed.
Okay.
Ooh.
So that puts me at a 39 luck. But I said technically now succeed.
Yeah, you fly out of the way of the bed. The other two, the bed slams into you, and since you're standing front and center on the window that you were trying to break, it slams you through the window.
Oh.
The second story, oh no.
The window, like I thought, like the window.
Addison,
It's always a second story window.
Addison, you take 1d4. 1d4
Okay,
damage.
How do I?
Just roll a 1d4 for me.
Oh God. Ow. Ew.
Okay. You take 2 damage.
How do I lower my HP?
Have to click edit mode up at the top.
Top right.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
And for you going out the window, I'd say it's a 1d6.
Oh no, Big Girdle, no.
For me,
For you.
Yeah.
4. That's not too bad. Not great, but
Not great, but not worse.
So you fly out the window, shoved by this bed, and land on the ground. I mean, it doesn't feel great, but I think it startled you more than anything.
Yeah, you didn't hit your major wounds yet. That's the important part.
And then the bed just kind of topples over and lays there. And anybody that saw that bed move, I would like a sanity check for you.
Hey, that's me.
I think that was only you, yeah.
Elias, you're going to die. How much do I lose, GM?
1d4.
That's not bad.
Getting lucky.
Only in the times it matters. Elias will stand up, and he will poke in the hallway and go, "You know, after what happened to you, that was a dumb decision for us to go back into the room. Now, normally I would say you could go wash up in the room to the right, but our friends just got thrown out of the window by a bed.
I'm
We should go
not
fix them."
out the window. I'm just fucking slammed against the wall.
Yeah, it's just
Lyric.
It's just Lyric laying out there on the mud, just kind of staring up at the ground, up at the sky, contemplating what the fuck just happened.
she's going to slowly stand up, crack her neck, and go, that hurt.
Get
Move to the
out there,
front
honey.
door. She's gonna move to the front door, which she grabs by the doorknob and just wrenches it off its hinges. There will be no doors when she is done with this fucking house. And she stomps her way right back to the top of this room, and then she's going to look into that room to see if anything changed.
I mean, I'm here.
Miss, here, Miss Bates, you are most likely injured.
Should.
Let me roll a first aid.
What the fuck?
That's what I was gonna ask to do too for Lyric.
Yeah, you do Lyric, I'll do our wonderful friend, Miss Bates.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. I accidentally put my finger into the wound.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna punch you in the face.
And admittedly, it's like, oh, okay, you know what? Nope, I am not a medicine man. I
um,
remember why I skipped medical school.
Do I take more damage or no?
This is probably the
No, it wasn't a critical failure, so I'll be nice.
Okay then. You grab right into the wound, and she reflexively punches you in the face.
I deserve that.
Sorry, dear. Sorry, dear.
What were you saying, Cyril?
this probably isn't the first time he's had to pull glass out of Lyric being thrown through a window
God no.
or going through a window.
First time
She's used to being-
from a bed.
Yeah. She's used to being able to just break the thing that threw her out the window, though. This is a first. Does that heal any HP, or?
Hard success. Let's see. I'm gonna roll a 1d4 and see what you get back. Just for that, I guess. Okay, I rolled a 1. So, since it was a hard success, would be a 1 plus 2. So 3.
Okay. It's not bad.
That's
Not
all
bad at all.
spectacle.
I can try and help Granny over here.
Granny.
Addison. I can
What?
try to help her if you like.
I would like to not have as much damage. Yeah.
Okay. DML.
Scott's just
Yep.
wiping off the blood from his face and having a cigarette. It's just think there's 2 more rooms in a basement.
You may.
Okay.
Oh!
Why?
Oh, you are so lucky there wasn't one more.
Yeah, I know. She just stomps over and goes. It
I'm
just goes.
I'm done.
Let me help.
He's
Just not really paying attention.
None of you touch me.
Just be careful about going into the next room.
I'm not
Seems
going
like
into a room.
See,
But none of you touch my fucking broken arm again.
Okay. One
No,
more
you're
thing.
fine. No, you're
Does
fine.
they see the bed just laying on the floor?
Yep.
She's
Not going
going
in that room
to
again.
she's going to pick it up, bend it in half, and then yeet it out the window.
Wait a minute. That's a lot.
Wow.
Not
So
really.
what?
I've bent mattresses in half.
It's just a bare bed. There's no mattress
Oh.
on it. It's just a bed frame, basically.
The frame.
Okay, those you can break usually just by stomping on them. It's fine. They are weirdly flimsy.
If you want to break the
Yeah,
bed
just-
frame and throw it out the window, that's fine.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Okay.
Just,
Nothing
just
else.
a massive feet just crack into it until she's able to bend it and yeet it out the window.
Nothing else seems to happen in the room itself.
She just glares around with wild eyes before stomping out the room.
All right, that's
And Elias has been left alone for too long and is poking his head into the second room.
Oh no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Too late. I'm already in the doorway. Can't
Oh,
stop me.
I'm going to grab you.
In this room, if you're just peeking your head in, it
Yeah,
looks
just
like
poke my head
it looks like a children's bedroom. It has two small beds, toys, and dressers. Pictures of aircraft and cowboys mark this as a children's bedroom.
Mm. I do not think we should go into that room just yet.
Look. All I'm saying is, if it's a pattern, either that was the worst room, he says, pointing back to that one, or that room over there, pointing to the one to the right we haven't looked at, is the worst. And we haven't figured out which yet. This one is likely the middle.
You're assuming there's any rhyme or reason to a ghost.
Yeah, that seems like a flawed perspective to take.
This is your speciality, is it not?
Can I roll an occult to make sure I'm not absolutely crazy?
Yes, you can try.
And he puts his hand down, it's like, yes, and I deal more with the anthropology side of it. And
I was gonna tell you, Scott, that you could roll too. So Scott,
He's better.
he's actually not bullshitting. One of these rooms is probably worse than the other ones.
Oh god, that one was already pretty bad.
And just don't let him walk any more further. He says to Addison and Larkin, and then he goes to peek into the other room.
I am grabbing you to make sure you do not go further into that room, Gray. I mean, Elias. I don't know if there's a stat for that, but
Okay, there isn't. So, Scott, what you see is it looks like an ordinary couple's bedroom with a double bed. It has a bookshelf and of course, the window looking out into the courtyard. It must have been the room of the couple that, fell ill in the report that you read. And
the marriage.
it looks like the living room downstairs. There's more crosses and candles, and a rosary and a beverly are on a bedside table.
And just come back and be like, okay, it looks like the master bedroom, so I'm going to guess just the kids' room's probably the worst one.
and,
Why am
Wait.
I upside down? Who's turning me upside down?
You are.
When did I do that?
I don't know.
It's the ghost.
You fucking nerd.
ghost, yeah. No, I have you grabbed. I grabbed you. You're not going in there yet.
You know what? I'm gonna roll a brawl. to
Everyone's
grapple.
upside down.
You're what?
Guess what? You want to grapple? It's brawl.
You want to grab him? Go ahead and try.
Okay.
I'm not good at brawling.
You're not good at anything tonight, please.
You two stand in the doorway and have a slap fight, basically.
Smack, smack.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to intimidate you.
Nope. Can't intimidate me if I'm already in the room.
No, you're not.
Woo!
That man is a goddamn idiot. How do you two work with him?
So he's been standing in this room for about 2 minutes and nothing is happening.
I don't work with him. That's all on Scott.
There's some more knocking noises.
It wasn't voluntary at first.
Yeah, I believe that.
If there's sounds,
But wait, there
Lyric
was
is going
what
to
knocking?
There's more knocking noises coming from either the bedroom with the bed that tried to murder you, or further downstairs. There's some knocking somewhere in this house, but you can't pinpoint exactly where it's coming from.
Can I roll listen?
Mm-hmm.
I got like a blood clot
yeah.
in my ear.
I'm not good at this.
I'm going to roll it, knowing that I've not had great rolls for absolutely anything, because for a frickin' occultist, I have all the worst occultist skills, and everything else is statted strangely.
Oh my god!
Wait, that's locksmith.
That's locksmith.
Okay. Whoa.
Don't
Okay.
do that.
Whoa!
There you go.
Holy shit.
I would like to also roll.
Talk about a dichotomy.
Yeah.
Everything's in the 90s. What the fuck?
So it seems that you're standing in the exact right spot to hear exactly where this is coming from. It's coming from downstairs, and like from farther downstairs.
It's in the basement. Stop turning me upside down.
Are you ready? Hey, who did that to me? How do I fix that?
You don't.
Oh, there we go.
Carry on.
All right,
Whatever it is, it's in the basement. Oh, wait. I must do my trick. I look through the window.
No.
Nothing.
I look through this window.
Nothing.
All right,
I don't look through the
basement,
Jesus
again.
room. I know better. I don't want to see Jesus today. I'm good.
Don't fuck with the Jesus room. We know better.
Yeah. Oh god.
Running down the stairs. So,
Okay.
question. The door for the downstairs is here. I rip it open.
It is black downstairs.
Oh god.
It's black as pitch. And when you flip the light switch that you find, nothing happens.
Do we have
So,
flashlights of any kind?
Yeah, I was gonna say, since we didn't really, come with equipment, could we say we have flashlights?
You can say you have flashlights, yeah.
Fantastic.
Imagine the two PIs have flashlights. Good lord.
Yeah.
Flashlight people, go downstairs.
Torches.
Torch people, go downstairs.
Lyric trembles for just a moment, then just can't punch stuff I'm up here, and just heads down with the flashlight.
Okay.
Because the ghost is downstairs. It's
I
making a
know,
knocking
but-
noise approximately there. What's the worst
And
thing
I'm
that's going to
guessing
happen?
this is a wall.
I get
There's a
smashed
wall,
against
yeah.
the wall again. Oh.
This is a wall right here, yes.
Okay. So, do a spot hidden check down here to look for something?
Yes, I'm going
Yep.
to do a spot hidden as well.
Yeah.
Do we need to have it set to something harder because we only have the torchlight?
No, you'll just spot hidden as, normal.
Oh, okay. I wasn't the only one who failed, so I feel a bit better.
Okay, so
It's funny. It's saucy.
you
Private eyes. We're good searching for hidden stuff.
it's a pretty small storage room down here. It's scattered with tools and piping and trash can lids. There's some lumber and nails and screws, all that kind of stuff that you would put in a basement. So there's no power tools in the 1920s, but it would be like those hand crank tools and all that kind of stuff down here.
Yeah.
You know,
Monkey wrench.
they're in piles, but with the spot hidden rolls, you can search through the mess if you wanted to.
Sure.
I mean, with the successes, you could probably find something in there. It looks like
Peeking
there's
around the door.
well in there. Let me see.
Sorry if I'm moving too fast.
Looks like there's an empty storage bin in there intended for coal. The door to the outside coal chute is like nailed shut for some reason. But other than that, there's nothing really in there.
Hey, Elias, when you opened the door upstairs, was there a lock on the door?
Good question. I don't remember. Let me go look.
No, it's not split up.
But it was too
He's just
late.
stepping up the stairs.
I think something would have been mentioned if there was a lock on the door.
No. I mean the basement door, like at the top of the stairs.
Oh no!
Not the whole chute.
Yes, there was a lock there.
Oh, there was a lock there. Oh yes, there was locked.
But it was locked from that side, so all you had to do was pull the bolts. But
Yeah.
So my guess is they were trying to seal something down here or stop something from getting out of the basement. If there's a lock up there and then the coal chute's sealed up. Because that stack of coal was all upstairs, but there's nothing down here, so.
And
So-
Lyric, as you're digging through all this, the tools and stuff, you find a knife. It looks like it's a strange looking knife, and it's all covered in like this thick, nasty coating of rust.
Yeah.
Hold it up. Any of y'all know what this is? It's just a weird knife to me.
The knife starts
would like-
jerking in your hand.
Oh
She's
god.
going to just iron grip it and just like, no.
No.
I
I
would-
would like to roll an occult to figure out what kind of knife it is, but
You can, but I need
We had
to.
that to happen.
I need
Oh,
you to. I need you to make a brawl check. Lyric.
Here's mine.
Yeah, hold on one second.
Just stab it into the ground.
Ground nothing. Suckers go into the wall
Yeah.
if I have a say.
The knife jitters in your hand and it's trying to jerk out of it, and like you can tell if you let it go, it's going to turn around and try to stab you. But eventually, with your iron grip on it, it just kind of settles down and stops moving.
She just sets a glare and goes, "Now you stop that, or I'm setting you into that wall and I'm gonna drive you in like a nail."
The knife stops even vibrating.
actually, instead of rolling an occult, can I roll an anthropology to determine what kind of a knife it is?
You can roll that, yep. And if then anybody...
Fantastic.
All right.
Nice.
It looks
Damn.
like some sort of very old-fashioned dagger. It's kind of got a weird bone handle to it, and the metal itself looks like it looks like copper, and it's kind of curved. It kind of has like a wave to it, to the blade. So
That
it,
looks like a sacrificial knife from the Bronze
Like a
Age.
crisp knife.
So you're saying I should slam it into the wall and then snap it in half, right?
I was going to offer to,
Could you
like,
do that?
pointing the gun at it. I was just going to shoot it, but I mean, hey, you know,
All right.
hey yo.
I think we're handling a lot of this with violence. A fucking accent. I think we're handling this with a lot of violence when we should be going about this more cerebrally.
if you want to look at that knife with like a spot
Yeah.
hidden or
Oh
something,
god, I'm not good at this
I
though.
would like to do that. It's got a moment to live.
Oh, I got it though. I'm bad
That-
at this, but I got it.
that thick coating of rust isn't rust.
Oh, it's dried blood, isn't it?
Oh.
It is coated with dried blood.
Oh, honey, that's not rust. That's dried blood.
And she's just
Yep.
the iron grip just continues to squeeze it behind and goes, I remember one of the articles said that someone was stabbed to death.
Yeah, I believe it was the son went crazy and stabbed someone to death. Stabbed the family to death.
No, the oldest son
Himself.
killed himself.
Stabbed and killed.
And they said a
himself.
kitchen knife, but it could have been this.
Oh yeah, is that it? That's not. Yeah,
Shit,
that's not a kitchen knife.
It infected me now.
God,
Consider it moves around.
not a kitchen knife. This a knife. Sorry,
I
I couldn't resist.
got it.
I couldn't resist.
The knife tries to wrench itself away from you again.
All right. If it's going to try that, it's going into the wall.
Make another brawl check real quick.
Oh, that's actually.
Like, she
That's
basically
a
does
success,
the
but-
thing where you put the palm of your hand at the butt of the knife and keep your fist around the handle, and she swings and just drives it directly into the thickest part of the wall she can find.
Okay.
Does it work, Callie?
It is stuck in the wall for now, but it looks like it's wiggling.
And then she grabs the handle and begins to twist it down, like she's going to snap
Can
the
I help?
blade off at the base.
Yeah, if you want to help, you can. All right. One more brawl check from you, Lyric.
Okay. It's always possible she could fail, but
Okay, that does
Just
it.
try to snap the handle from the blade.
The handle snaps off the blade, and you can like feel something. It feels like kind of like a nauseous feeling, like when you have a headache, but it's not really a headache. It's directly in the center of your foreheads. The two of you holding the knife, but then it draws away, and you can feel the knife stop.
it's just
Like say, Scott wouldn't realize this, but say that location would be, say, like the pituitary gland,
Something around there,
dead
yeah.
center. Oh fuck!
it's just rubbing her forehead, and like goes, "Oh, that hurt. Hopefully, that hurt it more."
You two all right?
It's dead
Oh, I
or
just
deactive
looked.
or whatever. I don't care.
I felt something weird when it broke, but
Which brings an interesting question on why there's a haunted sacrificial knife running around in a basement.
So, Mr. Occultist, do you want the remains of this thing?
Oh, of course! And just immediately, like, pulls a handkerchief out of his pocket and just puts them in his pocket. Not in the same pocket.
I'd
if you
probably
were
leave
putting
the blade stuck in the wall there, just the handle.
Okay, then I'll just take the handle.
Yeah, the handle's
Oh.
probably just a little, like, the stress marks on it from how hard she's gripped it.
That probably is. Could I argue a history or an anthropology to figure out if the handle is made of human bone?
Anthropology would work.
Anthropology! I failed.
I volunteer for a medicine, but I have no skill in medicine.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have to be
My
a
anthropology is the same.
Do you
That's a
want
bone.
to? Do you want to push the roll to figure this out, or do you just?
Nope, I don't care enough. I can study it in a lab later.
Okay. So
I have a little in archaeology for whatever god awful reason. Could I
I
try
have
that?
like no good skills over there.
archaeology would not work.
Okay.
I have a 1 in anthropology.
I'm sorry I keep rolling occult, but it's just amusing me that Scott is doing better with occult rolls than the occultist.
I know.
Look, the two classes I wanted to do were either the occultist who could argue he knows most of his occult stuff from studying history, or the psychiatrist with no psychiatry skills.
I know. The fucking random
random.
character generator was just like, I'm gonna give you the weirdest shit, and you're just gonna take it. It's like, okay.
It's fine. It's hilarious.
So, your spot hidden rolls from earlier, only really got you the piles of shit and everything like that. But If you want to make another one, see if there's any more of these nasty shit knives down here.
Well, hell yeah. I'm into breaking all of them if I can.
I'll roll a spot hidden.
Oh,
Holy
wow.
shit!
Dream success from Scott.
Oh.
Nice.
That was Scott now.
Okay.
Okay, Scott. You are absolutely looking for more shit. So you're looking over here, you're looking through all the piles and everything like that, and you kind of like are shoving things to get underneath them because you're like, I don't want any
Definitely
more.
looking for like secret. I'm definitely looking for hidden like panels or like vaults or anything that someone might have hidden.
Yeah, you knock against this wall and it sounds like it's hollow.
Hey, hey, I think this wall is false.
Is there an axe
There's
or
another-
sledgehammer in the pile?
If you,
Is it made out of brick or like wood?
it's like wood panels that were just kind of put up there to make it look like a wall. Could probably just
Was
like
there a shovel?
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
There's
There's a
tools all
shovel
over the
with the
place.
coal
Yeah.
stuff. Okay.
God, I'm not good at physicality despite my intimidation. Can I? God, how do we bring down a
I'll force the
wall?
personality.
Brawl to
Yeah.
break down the wall with any tools that you find is fine.
Right.
All right.
Picks up a big ass axe and just swings it at the wall. Wow, damn woman.
There's always a chance of failure.
Alive.
Can we push it?
You can push it, but again, it's going to give you a penalty if you fail it.
Lyric is probably the safest person to push it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and push it.
Has
It's like,
Elias
I
break
don't-
it down yet, though?
Oh, did we lose? Oh, we lost Gray.
Okay.
Right?
Oh no.
That
Shit.
might be why they were so quiet for a little bit.
Great.
Yep.
Great? You good?
The wrong button. What is
Oh.
that?
Oh.
so yeah, I will push it. Oh, thank
Wait, wait.
God.
There we go.
Okay. I was gonna say we could set Gray hadn't tried.
We we found that
I
the
would-
wall that you're standing near is hollow.
Yes. I was out of that point, and then I clicked a button, and then I was in the Monster Riders Guild voice chat. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but I'm gonna roll a brawl too, and I'm gonna push my luck for 1.
Oh.
That's not what I meant to do. Shit. I'm pushing my luck, so I have to edit it down to 38 to get it to that 25 success.
You just want to use one luck to get it down to 25. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I forgot I can't just click on.
Oh, is that what luck is used for?
Luck can be
You can-
something that you could roll in a situation, like when the bed hit, I could roll a luck to see if I dodge out of the way rather than use dodge. But you can also burn luck to push rolls. But when you run out of luck,
It's bad.
shit
Oh, yeah.
happens.
It's like Monster of the Week.
Yep.
Okay.
I got 50 luck. I should use some of those.
So you pull down the wall pretty easily, and then inside the dark space that you uncover, you see dozens of tiny little eyes staring at you, and a bunch of rats swarm out and like up over
God.
Lyric's arms.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Begin
Oh god.
punch.
They're rats.
Yeah, I punched the rat.
Punch the rats. Holy shit.
What?
Okay.
She
So-
is motivated.
What you
my
can
God.
do to see how much damage you did, you actually have to go and it's going to hit, but just go to your
Oh, gotcha. Nightstick.
still hit.
Damage 8.
But it's an extreme success, so I think you actually do 10.
Nice. So just real quick, just whips out the nightstick and just begins just beating the rats back like a fucking wave.
Okay, as soon as you start smacking those rats and they realize that, oh shit, hold on.
Attack on Titan on your ass.
You actually fling most of them into the wall, and only one of them is left, and it's like, fuck this, I'm out, and it skitters up the stairs.
Now that one's a plucky survivor. If we see him again, I'm calling him Mortimer.
If I see him
You
again,
see him
he's going on a
I'll
trip.
let you take the thing home.
And just
was killing all the rats necessary?
well, if they attack me, it is necessary.
I don't know if that's what they was doing. You just busted into their home?
Now, I
So,
do not
I
know
don't think we want to be bitten by rats that are from the house that's known for its diseases.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
So, Lyric,
Yeah.
I would like you to make a pow check.
Hey, what now?
What?
A pow check. Power.
I
power.
Power.
don't
Oh.
know how to do that.
You click on
Click it.
power.
Click on power.
Where is power?
Up
One
on
of your
top.
base stats.
Strength?
No, it's bottom middle.
Oh, power. I see. Just click it.
Yep.
Eee.
Nice.
And let me see.
It says.
Okay, you actually, okay. So, you feel that weird feeling in the center of your forehead again, and something tries to whisper something in your brain, but you shake it off.
Ooh.
She feels something. She holds her head and just starts shouting to the dog and goes, I will slam you into the wall and break you too.
Sorry? What? I was just saying that punching rats
See?
wasn't necessary.
At that, Elias goes, see, Miss Bates? Spooky shit. Pulls out the gun. Time for gun.
What are you going to shoot?
Just,
I point the gun into the hole she has punched in, and I fire.
A fucking...
Elias.
Should I roll a handgun?
If
I'm-
you
I'm
want,
just roll.
I mean, there's nothing you're actually aiming at in there.
I am aiming at the void, and it doesn't matter, I guess.
Shoot magic
Void?
missile into the darkness.
Ow, my
I
eardrums
attack the
are in a
darkness.
basement.
Okay, do you actually want to go into this room?
Of course.
Shine the flashlight first.
Okay, you shine your light around. There's a table like over here somewhere, and you can see from this angle and this distance that it looks like there's horoscopes written on them, and the papers look really old. And then when you shine your flashlight light over here, you see lying motionless and seemingly dead on a pallet in the center of the room, a drawn, wooden-looking, wizened figure of some 6 feet, skinny and naked, with ghastly, wide-flaring, saucer-like eyes and a nose like a knife blade. Some sort of chain rests around his neck, and he has lost all hair, and his shrunken gums make his teeth look very long. He sits up and looks at you, and from his mouth comes a sharp, sweet, churning scent like rotten corn.
I aim the gun at him and go, Mr. Corbett, I presume, and then I fire because I won't hesitate, bitch.
Okay, fire!
Corbett.
Damn.
You missed.
I don't know why it gave me a handgun and no handgun skill.
Yeah, you gave
Welcome
me a
to the
hand,
club.
but I'm
What?
better at shotgun.
Should I roll a sanity check?
Yes, anybody that can see this guy now, roll a sanity check for me.
Considering we're
I
all
guess I
three
have
in
to
the
because I was
room, yeah.
looking inside.
Ooh, I failed.
Oh,
What the
that
fuck?
is a critical failure.
Now,
Okay,
give it to me.
Goodbye, Lyric.
What does a critical failure do, Gray? When they critical fail sanity?
Ooh, it really depends. So usually, what happens in this situation in a sanity check, it's one of the better things to critical fail because it acts for the most part like a failure. But this might be a larger sanity check, and if if you lose more than 5 sanity in one go or one game, you go through a bout of madness, and there's a table you roll for that. So you need to roll your sanity loss.
How much is that?
Roll a 1d8 if you failed.
Oof.
I'm standing a
4.
bit over here. Did I see it?
Anybody that sees it.
Okay, I don't think I saw it.
But, so, luckily, Lyric does not go through one. Mr. Taylor and I are gonna go through one. Because I have officially lost more than 5 sanity. I am at -7.
Oh no!
Oh.
Okay. So, and Scott, I need you and Elias to make me intelligence checks real quick.
Okay. Hard success.
Okay, so
Oh, roll
Elias,
20s just trying to kill Elias.
Elias, you're really shaken actually. So,
Badass action was used for the quip. I don't have anything else. My brain go burr.
your character you're shaken, but you shake yourself out of it.
Yep.
You, Scott, on the other hand, since you passed your intelligence roll, you understand exactly what the hell's going on here. This guy is immortal, and he is rising up, and he's coming to get you, and he's not going to want you to get out of this basement. You understand you understand the full implications of this situation, and you're driven temporarily insane.
Huh?
One second. I need to find the chart for that.
Things escalated quickly.
Okay, so I pulled up the chart real quick for Elias and Scott. So we need to roll a 1d10 on a bout of madness. We are currently in a temporary bout of madness. I got a 6.
5, I'm gonna have to ask you to roll again because that's goes into backstory.
Yes. Cool. I see a skeletal wizard man make a quip and promptly die. No, I'm kidding.
What?
I faint. Congratulations. Hey, Scott, buddy. When was the last place of safety you were in? The diner, right?
Probably.
Roll me another
Yeah.
1d10.
Jesus. 7.
So 1 minute you're in the diner and next you're here. Welcome to a bout of amnesia. The investigator has no memory of events that have taken place in here since they were last in a place of safety. For example, it seems to them that one moment they were eating breakfast and the next they are facing a monster.
Lyric, why is Elias on the floor and I'm covered in blood? Let's get out of here, please.
So we need to get out now. What, Scott? What the hell?
What just happened, y'all? I mean, god damn it! What just happened? Why is Elias on the floor? What are you all staring at?
Run, damn it!
What? Grab Elias!
She is. The thing is, just grab Elias, throw him over her shoulder like a sack of potatoes, and we go.
I am unconscious for
You are mine
7
now.
rounds.
Fucking bucket it upstairs.
Where the fuck are we?
You're all just fucking. You're just leaving.
I guess.
Woo! You said he's immortal, didn't you?
You think he
You
might be
don't know
immortal?
that, though.
You
Maybe
don't
a
know
shame
that.
if you had-
Scott thinks
Yeah, we
that,
don't
but
know.
he's amnesic now.
No, I learned that, and then I lost the memory of it, but I'm just like, I want to get out of here, like, right now.
I think getting out of the house is still a reasonable reaction.
I just saw you all start fucking freaking out, and I'm the least experienced with that shit, so I'm just following you guys as running the fuck away.
I guess Lyric probably has no
Yeah.
real experience with the occult.
You guys have dealt with fucking chupacabras, though, apparently.
She hasn't. That was Scott.
Let's see. So Scott is amnesic. Elias is unconscious. 1 second. Let me look at something.
I missed everything, apparently.
Shit, I don't know if I would know. I want to know which door is the way out. So, like,
Yeah, okay.
which way?
Lyric,
Yeah.
I need you to make another POW check for me.
Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Right. Again, that sharp sensation in the center of your forehead. Somebody trying to whisper in your brain.
She winces again and shouts, "I will break your neck!"
The entire house shakes with what sounds like laughter.
And I will set fire to this entire damn place.
With since you whipped this door off, you can't actually slam it shut on you, so now you can get
Would this be the equivalent of a round of 7 rounds of combat yet, per se?
As we're running, I just fucking open fire down the stairs as I'm going up. I just shoot down as I go up.
running up
As
the
we're
stairs. Yes, you would like wake up.
Cool. I kind of push off of
Derek.
There.
Lyric. I push off. It's like, hold on, creepy man in the basement. Fuck, shit. And he just like, we get to this point. He grabs the bucket of coal, opens the hatch, like unbars the hatch,
Well,
shoves it.
The hatch is barred down here. From not up here, it's barred down here.
It's barred down there, so it's open on the top.
Yep.
Cool. I grab it. I grab the bucket of coal. I run to the hatch on this floor. Yes?
Are you starting a fire?
Yes.
Are you
Lyric says,
you're right.
There's wine in the kitchen.
what?
Fuck yeah. And it pours the coal down the chute. He looks at him and goes,
No.
Corbett
We
isn't
were
dead,
here
and
to-
I'm not sure he can die. And that he runs into here.
All right.
Scott, what the hell is wrong with you?
Scott
We
doesn't.
Well,
were
Probably
sitting here
about
to figure this
amnesia.
out. What is...
Well, I was burning the whole place. Damn, what did y'all see? What did you not see down there?
A dead
and-
man rose.
And
Dad,
points,
you not believe. Okay, actually, never mind. I believe you.
and
last thing I remember is getting coffee.
Congratulations,
What?
you looked at Evil Dead in the face. It happens. And he runs to the chute with these bottles, and he just doesn't even, like, he smashes it so that glass and alcohol just fall down into the
This
chute.
is feeling like it's getting away from us.
And he looks up, and there's a strange sense of calm over Elias Barr's face, and he said, Corbett is still alive down there, despite 200 years of time passing. I'm not fucking with this shit. And he reaches into his pocket for a matchbook, and he strikes a match, throws it down the chute.
So, okay, it's nothing to stop. Okay.
If you want to try to stop him, you can. It's going to be a
You are
brawl.
more than welcome.
Yeah. Cold clock him.
Cold cock him. And immediately, I'm not even going to roll brawl, and immediately just passes the fuck back out.
I just
Scott, what the
fucking
hell? That was
slammed-
actually a good idea.
I just slammed this door shut and like hold it closed from here.
You're going to have to
Okay.
explain to Scott what's going on before he believes you.
And I think you're gonna need to explain a little bit to me too, because I didn't see the guy. And all
Hey,
of a sudden,
hey,
Walter-
GM, question.
Yes?
Has the guy left through the hole in the basement through the open door of the basement?
No.
I just slammed that door shut.
Okay.
The lock was up here, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's
Nope.
like...
Yeah, it's on the outside.
Okay,
Alright,
I
there's a
locked the basement door.
Lyric just turns to Scott and says, Scott, you were there with me. We saw the fucker rise. He's alive. Or I don't know. I don't care. It's Corbett. He's still down there. He looks like a corpse.
With Scott?
It is a temporary bout of amnesia, so he will just eventually violently remember.
There's also his very aggressive partner telling him that, like, we saw this and she ran.
And she's probably shaking you by the shoulders, so you would snap out of it by now.
And I'm drenched in blood.
And you're drenched in blood, but at this point, this is normal.
There were more pressing matters.
It's the
So it snapped me back.
Yep. You remember exactly what you saw down there, and the fire suddenly sounds good idea.
Right, but if this thing's immortal and it's chained up, if we burn the place down, it's just going to crawl out of the wreckage. It was chained down. I saw it chained.
You saw a chain around its neck. He rose up. He had some sort of like chain around the neck, like a necklace, not a chain, holding him down.
Oh, I completely misunderstood. Well,
no, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Elias says, getting up from the second time he's fallen to the floor in the last 10 minutes. I'm sorry he cold-cocked me.
I guess we're late in this house ablaze. I thought you guys had a job here, but all right.
Fuck
Miss
it.
Bates?
I'll take the loss.
We do have a job, but
Miss Bates, it is literally $25 worth, so it's at best $50. I can earn $50 publishing a book much quicker. Also, if he's infested the house with his strange whatever magics he has used to control everything, including the fucking knife that was alive, there's a solid chance this won't even work.
Fair point.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, could I do an occult roll to see if burning this place down would even work, or if that would be a worse idea?
If you want to, you can.
I would like to as well.
I will.
My streak continues.
I will, but I have a 5. I'm just going to see what happens.
Oh, and that's like one away from being a hard success for Scott.
If you want to, you can spend a point of luck.
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's 1 point, though. It's 1 point.
It's not that we're playing these characters again. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I do have 50 luck points, and this is a one-shot, so I'm going to spend it.
This is a good time to use it.
So, for a hard success...
I'm going to use it.
You know that he's long-lived. You don't know if he's immortal because he's trying to scare you away from the house. So if he was if he was immortal, he probably wouldn't care that you were here unless, he's just getting his jollies from, driving you nuts. But you're gonna bet that if he's trying that hard to scare you away from his hiding place, that it burning down the house will probably get rid of him.
Yeah.
And everything in the kitchen suddenly starts shivering and shaking, and something rises up over, looks like another knife.
Oh, now I feel good.
Oh, Lyric's going for the knife. I'll break you too, damn it.
Alright, set the house ablaze! Set it ablaze!
Yeah.
Opens the whole shoot.
Do I have a match? Do I have a match, Callie?
You have a match.
Alright.
And so does Elias.
Elias is already just throwing 3 matches down at once. It's like, we're not playing games.
Lyric will pass her entire matchbook over and just lap the entire damn thing and throw it down.
Alright, lights it up, opens the door, and just throws all the lit matches down onto the shit we threw down there.
Okay. Do
I see anything when I open the door?
You can feel the heat start, and, the coal is going to catch alight real soon, so you might want to get out of the house.
Alright, let's go.
Lyric reach into his pocket, pull out his glass flask, take a swig, and just dump it down the rest. Just throw it.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Is the knife coming for me?
The knife is
He's got a bottle
floating.
of bourbon. It's prohibition.
Alright, then she's gonna try and run away from it if it's not immediately attacking.
It doesn't look like it's, a special knife, so he probably doesn't have as much control over it. So
Oh, we broke his special knife.
I've got a handle of his special knife.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you get outside, and eventually you see flames on this side of the building, kind of licking up through the wall. And since it's such a dry, rotted, old place, maybe takes like 30 minutes for it to actually start on fire completely. And then it keeps getting hotter and hotter, fed by all the coal that was inside the house, and you hear a sort of unholy screeching throughout the entire house, and it's like the flames are shuddering and shaking, like he's trying to put them out, but he just can't. And eventually the entire thing is engulfed as you watch it. Like, hours go by, and like the firemen do come and try to put it out as you're watching, but there's nothing left.
Okay. I was gonna ask
I think we were
question.
just standing there watching with our guns, just like waiting for it to try to crawl out.
Come on, try us, bitch.
And at that point, once he gets out of the house, Elias will have put his gun up, because at this point it doesn't matter. But he will sit in the grass yard far enough away watching, like,
Yeah, we will make sure this thing burns down.
Yeah, you
If I
watch.
start talking like,
If
I start talking
need
in
to
an 8,
scare the shit out of these firefighters, I will.
there won't be anything left. But do make me a promise. If I start talking like a man from the 1860s, shoot me point blank.
The what?
What?
Oh, and Elias will pull in, holding the cursed blade handle. It's like, sometimes, if you don't destroy everything, a little bit remains. So if I start talking and acting weirder than normal,
You should throw that in the
shoot me
fire
point
right now.
blank in the... No. I need
Yeah,
to
you
do
should probably throw it in the
research.
fire.
I want to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
what this has... I want to see what this has to do with the stupid bloody church we looked up.
Well,
Yeah,
look at the that's right. We didn't get. God. Things escalated.
First, I'm going
quickly
back
down
to
there.
my hotel and getting a bath and a change of clothing.
I'm getting a drink.
So
A lot of drinks.
Wait, isn't it the 1920s prohibition?
So...
Okay, prohibition, yes, but there's a speakeasy like on every street.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
you would know where to find those.
It is 1920s Boston. Yeah, they're all over the place.
It's specifically Boston. You can drink in front of a cop and you'll probably not care.
and then specifics, depending on what time is it in the year? What date are we at?
It doesn't give specifics like that.
Cool, because Prohibition just started this year, so the cops probably think it's bullshit, too.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they always did.
Like, but at a certain point, most of them got paid off and were just didn't care.
So that was technically the end of this module. You murdered the shit out of Corbett without even trying. So I'm going to give you like an ending where you go to the Chapel of Contemplation to see exactly what the fuck. And after you've cleaned yourself up, you know, you're not full of blood, and you have like several bottles of whiskey in your gullet. You feel better. And the next morning, after your hangover clears, you all decide to go to the Chapel of Contemplation.
Okay.
And what is left of the old church stands at the end of a crooked, dingy street. The ruins are so weathered and overgrown with greenery that the gray stone rubble seems more like a natural stone than former walls and foundation. There's a slumping wall bearing a white painted symbol, apparently freshly swabbed. 3 Ys arranged in a triangle so that the top elements of each Y touch the other 2 Ys. In the center, so created, is painted a staring eye. And the longer you look at this eye, the more that same feeling in the center of your forehead grows. Feels like a headache, but not quite. And as soon as you look away, it fades.
Just because I want to see if it continues. Nope. My streak is broken. Trying to recognize it.
Yeah, the symbol
Oh,
you don't
roll.
want. Go ahead.
I'll roll, Nicole. Why not?
Yeah, let's go. Haha.
You're not sure about the symbol. You've never actually seen it before in your studies. It might, be
That was Addison's roll.
Oh, symbol. Well, either of whoever rolled it. You've never seen it before. But you decide to go search the chapel and everything to see if, there might be some answers here. And eventually you find like a half-rotted tome hidden away in one of the fallen down rooms. The musty old journal falls to pieces as you turn pages, but the name Walter Corbett catches your eye. The entry records that Walter Corbett was buried in the basement of his house. And alongside the journal, you find an enormous volume handwritten in Latin, but so rotten and worm-eaten that whole sections no longer can be understood. You can read only the title. And that title is the Liber Ivanus. And that's where we're going to end for the night. That's where we're going to end for the night after I show you the symbol that you looked at.
Oh, lovely.
Illuminati.
And that's where we're ending for the night, and I hope you enjoyed running through the haunting and burning a building to the ground in the grand tradition of every Call of Cthulhu player ever.
You're not wrong.